from Sovereign Bank Arena, it's Trenton Titans hockey on CNA. Tonight, the Titans take on the Hampton Roads Admirals. Well, hello again, everybody. I'm Mick Moninghoff, and welcome once again to Sovereign Bank Arena, a place where the Titans have dominated this year, winning 11 of their last 12 games on home ice. Now, tonight, they'll take on Hampton Roads, a team they can still catch in the playoff hunt, and they'll try to make some hay in that race with a victory. This is the second of an all-important home-and-home series this week, and on Tuesday night, you can see things didn't go the Titans' way. They lost it by a count of 5-2. The Titans currently now 8 points behind the Admirals in the playoff race, who are third in the Northern Conference, and this year, the home team has won every home game. The final meeting is coming up on March the 31st between these two clubs. Well, tonight I'm joined once again by Pete Caggiano. And Pete, earlier this year, matter of fact, the last time these two teams met here at Sovereign Bank Arena, the Titans had a very complete game, won it easily by a count of 5-1. They had a 60-minute performance in that one, but that always hasn't been the case this year for Trenton.
No, Mick, unfortunately, a few times they have stumbled. It's been a problem for Coach Cassidy. There's always been a 5-10-minute lapse somewhere during the game that has hurt them. It hurt them the other night down in Hampton Roads, and it cost them the game. But tonight, they're coming in 5 straight home wins. They're back in their own building. They're looking forward to tonight's game. And the guy they're looking forward to, the guy who's going to play between the pipes, a fellow who they're looking to play a full 60 minutes, is goaltender Taras Lenzik. Lenzik, coming over from Charlotte, has played very well, especially here at the Sovereign Bank Arena. He's undefeated, has a great goals against average of just 2.5, but what's been so impressive is that he has seen more rubber than the New Jersey Turnpike. He's made more than 30 saves in 5 of the 7 games, and in the one game where he faced only 20 shots, he had to stop 5 of 7 penalty shots in a shootout win over Greensboro. Now, past performance is no guarantee of future success, but you're talking about a kid who, as a rookie, just 3 short years ago, led the Stingrays to an ECHL championship. So he can do the job.
Well, he better be ready, because I understand play could be a little testy around the net tonight. These teams have a history of kind of dropping the gloves, if you will. And for more on that aspect of the physical play of this series, let's go downstairs to the third member of our broadcast team, Ken Adelberger.
Thanks, Mick. Coach, the physical nature of this series between these two teams, you know, with John Brophy behind the coach, and anybody that knows him from his NHL days clear down to the Coast League knows that he preaches physical hockey. Can you match these guys hit for hit, stride for stride that way?
I think we've been able to in spurts, not so much in their building. Here at home, I think we've done a better job, as most teams are a little more energetic at home. It just works out that way with the crowd behind them. Tonight, with only 5 defensemen in the lineup, one of them being Scott Kelsey, who hasn't seen a lot of time, it's going to be tough for us to match them back there. It's going to have to be our forwards and the forecheck that establish that physical presence for us. And with Fedoruk out, that hurts too. So hopefully we'll be able to skate with them and score with them and match them bump for bump. But, you know, it's been a great series with them. You know, both teams have played well at certain times, mostly at home, and let's hope that trend continues.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Back upstairs to you, Mick. Peter.
All right, thanks very much, Ken. There's been a little bad blood between these two teams. We'll see how things play out when we come back, as the face-off is just around the corner. Trenton taking on Hampton Roads tonight. Stay with us right here on CNA.
Here, we all want to play like the pros. Stop pucks like the superhuman Dominic Hasek. Fly like Theo Fleury. And roof it like Mike Modano. What's weird is sometimes they wish they could play like us. Like when they're tied and the rules make them stop. We just keep playing.
Titan, a person of gigantic size or power. Someone who stands for greatness of achievement. A new team has been forged in the East Coast Hockey League. The Trenton Titans. The Trenton Titans begin playing in the brand new Sovereign Bank Arena in October 1999. Tickets are now available at the Sovereign Bank Arena box office, all Ticketmaster locations, or by calling 609-520-8383. It's riveting hockey.
Tonight's Titans game is brought to you by First Union. Let us be your guide to the financial world. And by your local Tri-State Toyota dealers. Toyota, real values every day. And by U.S. Airways, the official airline of the Trenton Titans. We are back here at Sovereign Bank Arena Live as we are set for the opening face-off tonight between Trenton and Hampton Roads. Let's take a look at the starting goaltenders, brought to you by St. Lawrence Rehabilitation Center. Jan Lasik has a 2.45 goals against average, gets the start tonight. That is 5th best in the ECHL, and he will go up against Taras Lenzik. A 3.3 goals against average, but as Pete, you alluded to, 2.50 in home games this season for the Trenton Titans.
And he's played very well in this building, Mick.
St. Lawrence Rehabilitation Center is the official helmet sponsor of the Trenton Titans. Now take a look at the officials: J.P. Zubik, Doug Wood, and Brian Mock. The linesmen out there tonight, and the Titans control the opening faceoff. Likit Andersson is on defense with Dave Risk, and the number 1 line of Scott Bertoli, Mike Hall, and Cale McLean start the game off for the Trenton Titans. Hall just misses a pass near center ice, and the first shot of the night well wide. Here comes Bertoli, double clutching, and it goes off the side of the net. Anderson can't keep it in at the point, and the Titans will regroup as they just dump it in. Rod Taylor and Rick Kowalski start with John Parko, and Kowalski stays out there as Trenton controls the puck in their own end. Bertoli just dumps it back in the corner. It goes up on the dasher. It'll be handled by Taylor. Titans working with the puck to their own blue line, give it away. And here is Bedard, backhander up and over the net. He shot it high. Louis Bedard with a pretty good chance in the first couple seconds, right on the doorstep. And this puck rolls off the stick. And now we got Bedard dropping the gloves right away with Jesse Bolaris. And Bedard having the upper hand. Well, we said there's bad blood between these two teams, and it didn't take long for the gloves to drop here tonight.
Nick, I'm surprised it took into the second minute of the game after what happened earlier this year, and especially what happened at the end of the game Tuesday night down in Hampton when Jed Whitchurch was run from behind with just 11 seconds to go.
Well, right now the upper hand to Jesse Bolaris, but he goes down, and now the linesman will jump in. Jesse Bolaris and Lou Bedard will go for fighting, and it didn't take long for the gloves to hit the ice here at Sovereign Bank Arena tonight.
Bolaris giving the triumph sign right there. Checking his nose, make sure he's not bleeding.
Well, like you said, Pete, Bedard went after Whitchurch at the end of the game at Hampton Roads the other night, and Bolaris comes back to leave a calling card to Mr. Bedard here in the first minute and a half of tonight's game.
Well, Mick, you have to protect your players, especially the smaller players. He went after Jed Whitchurch, who's only 5'9", 170, with just 11 seconds remaining in the game. There was obviously no need for that, and that was payback right there.
Well, still a little jawing going on between the two combatants. Jesse Bolaris won't back down from anybody. Well, the penalties come 1 minute and 12 seconds in. Bolaris and Bedard off for fighting.
Well, you know, Bolaris is a tough guy. He's from Plattsburgh, New York, just a little north of New York City.
So the face-off will be to the right of Taras Lenzik. Thornton to take the draw against Mike Omicelli, who has pretty much owned the Titans this year. Omicelli with 3 game-winning goals this year against the Titans. Lasik touches up as we have a whistle to stop play with a nice and call. Well, the head coach, John Brophy, behind the bench tonight. 11 years he has coached the Hampton Roads. Of course, he coached the Toronto Maple Leafs for about 3 years, from 86 to 89, and goes against one of the younger coaches in the ECHL, and Bruce Cassidy, who coached 2 years at Jacksonville and also in Indianapolis. Now, face-off in the Titans' end, and that one was screened a little bit in front, and the puck goes right through the crease, and as it's covered up by Taras Lenzik, the Titans kind of protect their goaltender and put up a little shield around him. Take a look at the scratches tonight. Trevor Johnson and Marty Clapton. A key scratch tonight is Sergei Skrobot on the fence for the Titans, and Todd Fedoruk is still out, I believe, with a concussion.
Skrobot, the Flyer property, does a fine job on the back line. He's an offensive-type defenseman and really contributes on the power play.
Face-off still in the Trenton end. 18:31 to play here in this first period, and already we've had one fight. Rapeau controls the face-off. Now over skates, one off by the Titans, and it'll be picked up by Trembecki, who gets it to center ice. And we have a whistle as the puck goes into the penalty bench area. Well, the Admirals have shuffled their defense as well, as Steve Sheriff gets a chance to get in the lineup tonight. Notice he's only played 5 games and he's a +3.
Sheriff's played the past couple of years with Steve Bertoli over at Princeton University. And earlier tonight I asked him if he had any stories that he can tell us about Bertoli, and he said, no, none that I can tell you on the air.
Yeah, he took the 5th pretty much. Play on behind the Admirals net. And here comes Rapeau as he starts out. Just rolls it into the far corner. Likit Neimwan-Andersson will get there first for Trenton. His backhand pass intercepted by Rapeau, who throws it right through the slot area. And it's finally picked up by the Titans. Here comes Jed Whitcher. Tries to play forward for Jerry Keefe, but the play is offside. Keefe, an interesting story, as he left Providence in mid-year to start his pro career here at Trenton.
And he's done real well since coming over here. No goals, but he does have 4 assists.
4 points against the Admirals this year is not bad either, as the Admirals are one of the top teams in the ECHL. So as Keefe goes to the bench, Bertoli, Hall, and McLean out there. And
Admirals doing a good job here on the faceoffs. 4-1 so far in the first period.
Well, they have controlled that so far. Puck goes to Paris Lenzik, who tries to clear. It's kept in behind the net. Taylor was lurking near the near circle, but Bertoli took it away. Here comes Cale McLean. McLean rolls it in. Going to be picked up by Taylor. Now they play forward. Here comes Kowalski. Rick Kowalski is offside as he kind of got stick checked, and Picaro coming behind him couldn't keep it onside.
Well, nice play by Dave Risk, the Morristown, New Jersey native, just broke up that pass. Rod Taylor, the Lake Oregon, Michigan player, leads the team in just about every single category you can think of. Earlier this year, he scored his 300th career goal for the Hampton Roads, and back in the beginning of January, played his 500th game for the Hampton Road Admirals. That's amazing.
He's one of the all-timers in this league, no doubt about it. Cam White just back from an injury, skates out of his own zone. Let's see how much ice time Cam gets tonight. He's just back. Titans try to tie it up with Bob Thornton behind the net, but Rapeau tries to play to the line. It's ticked off the stick, and now here's a shot by Maltese, which goes well high over the net. Adams keeps it in at the point. Titans pick it up. There's a trip, and we're going to get a penalty. And going to the bench is Lenzik. And finally, the puck is touched up at center ice, and the Titans will be on a Trigen Energy power play. Looks like Dominic Maltese is going to get the gate for the trip.
Dominic a little too aggressive. Starts the back check from behind the Titans end and just pulls down the player. Coach Brophy working over the gum, just like Coach Cassidy. Although I bet you his is not bubble gum.
Coach Brophy preaches that physical style. And there is Maltese off for tripping at 3:19. So here's your Trigen Energy power play. We'll see if the Titans can make a little hay here. Hall out there with Mater and Cale McLean. See the power play numbers. The Titans 25th in the ECHL, only at 14% this year. The penalty kill, the Admirals currently 4th in the league. So both teams pretty even when they talk about penalty killing. Trigen Energy power play, and Bertoli holds it at the circle. Now tries to play back for Cale McLean to the left wing. McLean back to Jerry Keefe, playing at the point with Cale McLean and Keefe. Cross ice pass for Hall. Hall backhands it to Bertoli. Takes a check. Mater tries to get there and keep it alive. Mike Mater does. Mater walking on in, back to the point for Keefe. Now McLean, a shot. Oh, hit the side of the net. And the puck comes out of the zone. I'm not sure if Vlasic got a piece of that one or not.
Great setup there. They just missed the mark.
55 seconds left with the man advantage. Dwight Parrish wants to clear and can't. It's kept in by Hall. Now back to the point. Keith throws it back for Hall. Finds Bertoli. Holding. Lets it go. It's deflected up and out of the rink as it goes off the stick with Steve Sheriff's out of place.
Nick, I was watching in front of the net. The battle going on in front of the net. Mike Mader. Parrish right there hammered Mike Mader about 3 times, twice with a cross check, once with a punch right to the face as Mader was trying to position himself in front of Lasik looking for a rebound or a deflection.
But Terry will take the draw here against Jeff Trembecki. Not a lot of offense so far, only 2 shots. Still 32 seconds left in the power play. Whitchurch behind the net. Trying to dig it free with Chris Masters. Now Masters has it on his backhand. Gives it back to Whitchurch. Goes off his stick. Trembecki holds, fakes the shot, closing. Trembecki fakes it, throws it back to the point, but it's in the skates of Keith. Back to Trembecki. The penalty is going to be over in 9 seconds. Titans still looking for a good shot. They roll it in front. It's taken away by Kowalski, who will shoot it the length of the ice, and there's a glove save.
That time the Titans kept the puck in the zone, but they didn't do anything with it. Credit the Admirals for bending but not breaking, keeping the Titans to the perimeter and not allowing them a good shot on goal.
There's an interception by Ackerman near the blue line. He just rolls it back in. Saklinka goes behind the net, tries to dig it free, but here comes Likit Andersson for the Titans. Andersson plays through for Trembecki. It's onside. He has it in the far circle. He's ridden off there by Dwight Parrish. Now Bertoli behind the net. Back to Trembecki. To Williams. Oh, a little too far ahead from him, and he couldn't get a good shot away. Now Trembecki controls in the far circle. On the right wing boards, backhand pass. A little too soft, but he'll get it back and try again. Broken up, though. Good play by Parco, who comes 3-on-2 if they hurry. The trailer is Taylor. His shot to the net goes wide. Had a screen in front, but Taylor didn't put it on goal. Bertoli, rink wide pass broken up by Dwight Parrish, and it goes into the crowd.
Mick, earlier this year, we've had a few games. The first period has been slow. Teams feeling themselves out, feeling the other team out. Not tonight. Both teams are coming out strong. Both teams are coming out hard. Cale McLean, who the other night had 2 goals, has played very well, especially against Hampton Roads. He has 4 goals in the 6 games this year.
Plus, in his last 5 games, he has 6 points. So Cale McLean has it working. He has 19 goals this season.
I talked to him downstairs a little bit, and I said, well, what color tape on your stick tonight, black or white? He said, I'll start with white, and if I don't score, I'll switch to black tape.
See what kind of effect it has early. Cam White goes in the far corner to pick up this puck. And he'll skate out. Plays ahead for Chris Masters. It goes off his skate across the line. And Parrish will pick it up behind his own net. Parrish plays forward for Pomicelli. The play is broken up, and a slow whistle. It's offside.
Coach Cassidy knew tonight's game would be physical right from the beginning. He mentioned it earlier. He said he had his players really up for this game. They want to avenge what happened the other night down in Virginia. Cassidy, actually a first-round draft pick back in '83 by the Chicago Blackhawks, came up, played a handful of games in the NHL. Now settled in here as the coach of the Titans.
Well, I wouldn't say he's a defensive coach, but that was his specialty when he played in the NHL, so he knows something about that.
And it's translated here because the Titans are a much better defensive team than they are offensive.
12:56 to play here in a scoreless first period, and the Admirals look to come out of their own end. Kelsey breaks it up at center ice, and now shoots it the length of the ice, and this will be an icing. John Marco comes back on the ice with Rod Taylor, and we'll take a timeout with 12:45 to play here in this first period. It's scoreless. Stay with us right here on CNA.
Titan, a person of gigantic size or power. Someone who stands for greatness of achievement. A new team has been forged in the East Coast Hockey League. The Trenton Titans. The Trenton Titans begin playing in the brand new Sovereign Bank Arena in October 1999. Tickets are now available at the Sovereign Bank Arena box office, all Ticketmaster locations, or by calling 609-520-8383. It's riveting hockey.
Welcome back here as we are scoreless in the first period with 12:45 to go, and the face-off coming in the Trenton Titans end. So far tonight, like you say, Pete, face-offs have gone the way early of the Hampton Roads Admirals.
And the key face-offs are the ones that are in your defensive zone. Those are the ones you have to win, and the Titans did it just there.
Well, Hall won that face-off, and they'll try to get the puck to him at center ice, but it's a little too far ahead. Here is Taylor. Nice back pass to Picaro. His shot goes right off the pads of Taras Lensick. Now it is Kowalski. Lets the drive go, and it's just well wide. Cal McLean stood up for a moment. Here's a 2-on-2. McLean with Bertoli tries to feed him. Oh, he didn't get good wood, and it rolls right in on Lasik, and Jan makes the save.
Great opportunity for the Titans right there. Probably their best of the evening. But watch as McLean comes over the line. Pass goes across. It's actually redirected by Steve Sheriffs. And you'll see it coming across. Never quite gets to Bertoli on the far side. Easy save for Jan Lasik.
Yeah, but Bertoli had an 11-game scoring streak, had that snap. And Lasik holding him off the board so far, but Bertoli has scored 16 points in his last 17 games. He's been on fire.
He has picked up where Mark Murphy left off before Murphy was promoted to the American League up at Wilkes-Barre Scranton.
Chad Ackerman gets the puck through the center ice. The Titans control, and they dump it right back in. Scoreless with 11:59 to play here in this first period. Mike Hall has it. Goes behind the net for Bertoli. McLean lurking in the near circle. Now McLean tries to dig that puck free, and it rides all the way around the boards where Vince Williams will keep it in. Bertoli has it behind the net, tries to set up McLean, who's walking on in, tries to stop her, broken up nicely by Dwight Parrish on defense. Now Bertoli will try to freeze the puck. It comes free, and it's picked up by Dominic Maltese. Maltese plays forward for Mike Omicelli. Omicelli comes across the line, puts on the brakes. Now a little stop-and-go action. Tries to throw it on his backhand out front to Sheriff. His drive kind of fluttered in on the goaltender, and Taras Lensick makes the save.
Mick, the puck was actually up on its edge. It wasn't sitting flat for the Princeton University graduate. Watch, the play starts from behind the net, redirected. It's up on its edge, big slap shot. Taras was down early, but he squared himself to the shooter real well. Gets a good look all the way from the point. The puck is flipping, goes down, and then smothers it against his chest.
That was Bertoli, his former Princeton teammate, who kind of deflected that on the way in. So the face-off comes to the left of Taras Lensick. Keith to take the draw against Drapeau. And Hampton Roads won it, but Masters took it away. Now Likit Andersson back to Chris Masters, comes across the line, couldn't get the shot away as it moves behind the net. A little heavy hitting going on, but it's finally picked up by Drapeau, who comes forward with Bedard. And with Bedard out there, you better be ready. Here's a heavy hit. Masters brings it to center. Gives up for Keith, who keeps it on its way, and it goes into the Hampton Roads end. Adams hit as he tries to wind it around the boards. Bobby Russell plays to center. The Titans will dump it right back in.
Nick, something I noticed tonight both teams are doing is they're following through on their check. In other words, as they're coming up to play a person, even though he passes it away, they're following through and taking a piece of him.
Big shot by Kowalski, but the follow-up sticked away by the defense. I believe Anderson was the guy that finally cleared it out.
Well, that was the best chance that the Admirals had all night, and Lensick came up big with a great save.
In front, we got a player down. That is Jed Whitchurch. He was kind of hit before he even got the shot away, but no interference call. Cam White gives for Vince Williams, and the Titans want to come out. Rick wide pass for Becky just behind him. Ackerman broke him up, and Gillis will go back in his own zone to fetch it. Rick wide pass for Taylor, taken right off his stick by Williams. And here come the Admirals. Big shot from the red line, and Lensick able to make the save off the drive from Ackerman.
Mick, this is the kind of game that after you're done playing the 60 minutes, you're going to be physically and mentally exhausted because you have to pay attention and watch and be on your game the entire time on the ice because things are moving quick. It's a physical game. You never know what's going to happen.
Likit Andersson almost misplayed, and finally Omicheli will pick it up. So trying to start the play going backwards. Maltese gives up now. Back to Maltese. Here's his drive, and Lenzik makes the save. Maltese gives back to Parrish, rolls it in. Oh, it's almost loose, and somehow Lenzik holds on.
This has just been back and forth opportunity.
Well, here's the first chance. It was Kowalski walking right on in.
Great save with the left pad, and then a follow-up save there by Lenzik. Big slap shot from the red line. He goes down early, makes the save, and then this is another one where Lenzik goes down early, but again, squares himself to the shooter, makes the save. And then that one almost trickled in as it was redirected on its path, but Lenzik holds on for the whistle. Great job.
The thing you gotta like about the Admirals, Pete, is they are putting the puck on net, even when they shoot it in from the red line, like you saw with Ackerman's drive from center ice.
And Mick, just take a look at the shots on goal. 7-1 in favor of the Admirals. That's exactly what they're doing.
Put the puck on the cage, and good things will usually happen. Mike Hall wants to start out. He's broken up, and Parrish has it. He's back on the fence. He's out there with Jared Adams. Coming hard! And you hear the Titans bench yelling, coming hard, as the puck is back in the Titans' end. They know the snipers are gunning, but here's Bertoli across the line. He rolls it in. He was kind of stick checked from behind and never really got a good shot away. Good play by Mike Saklinka, going to really derail that drive that was pending off the stick of Bertoli.
Bertoli here had a great opportunity but couldn't cash in. Now he played just down the road here at Princeton University. This season against the Admirals he has 5 points, but when speaking with Steve Sharifs a little earlier, he said he was an intense type player. Bertoli liked to come to practice, he liked to play games, and every once in a while, if he thought you weren't paying attention, he'd fire the puck at your ankles just to wake you up a little bit.
Well, he's had a great season in his first year of professional hockey. 17 goals and 22 assists for Bertoli. On this faceoff, it's controlled by Hampton Roads once again, and the puck comes out of the zone as Jesse Bolaris goes back to pick it up. Bolaris and Andersson. Nice play by Jesse to come to center ice. Comes across the line 3-on-3 and just rolls it into zone with Jed Whitchurch to go behind the net to pick it up. He's looking for a man in the slot. Trembecki couldn't get a shot away. 8:09 to play in a scoreless first period. And the Admirals almost got out of their own end, but now Whitchurch keeps it alive. Jed Whitchurch and Jesse Bolaris out there with Jeff Trembecki. Finally picked up by Sheriffs, who plays ahead, and here comes Rick Kowalski. Stick check from behind, couldn't get the shot away, but he's dangerous. Backhands it in the slot. Likit Andersson intercepted. Kowalski has it. Back in the slot for Omicheli. Backhand, trying to return pass to Kowalski. Just missed him. And now we got a whistle as it looks like Whitchurch is going to go off for interference in front, and down flat on his face is Rod Taylor.
How can you call the smallest guy on the ice for interference? Jed Whitchurch is only 5'9", 170, but that's exactly what he did. He pulled down Rod Taylor, who is a legend down there in Hampton, Virginia. But Whitchurch, trying to clear out the zone, trying to clear the area in front of the net, had no alternative other than to pull down Rod Taylor. And these guys are battling back and forth. Watch on the left-hand part of your screen. You can see some of the action behind the net, but there's the stick up under the chin, and he just takes him down.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Absolutely.
Trojan Energy power play for the Hampton Roads Admirals. Ackerman, rink wide pass, and the shot goes to Omicheli, and he picks it off the side of the net. Power play numbers, you see, 10th in the league are the Trenton Titans. Tied for 9th, actually. Well, that puck goes just off the pad, and I think we're going to get a high stick call.
That's exactly what's going to happen. The puck was played above the height of 4 feet, and when you're on the power play and that happens, the faceoff comes all the way back down in front of your own goaltender.
So Dominic Maltese,
he's pleading his case, but
well, he's not going to win.
Not at all. I mean, that was well above the height of 4 feet. They used to say the height of the shoulders, but then every player had different height. Maltese playing very well in his last 10 games with 6 goals. He'll plead his case, but to no avail.
He started the year as 4th all-time goal scorer in Hampton Roads history. There's a lot of veteran goal scorers to do the Hampton Roads Admirals. Now Ackerman just shoots it out of the zone. Hampton Roads still on the power play as Ackerman brings it out. Gets it ahead for Pateri, who just winds it in. Omicelli, going a little stick work. And now it goes to Gillis. Gillis, the big one-timer, well wide. Pateri will work in the far corner. They'll try to throw it in the slot, but nobody home, and it comes all the way out of the zone, and Jan Lassik goes back to pick it up.
Good job by the Titans there. Everybody picks somebody up, not allowing the Admirals to get a shot off.
Here's Maltese walking right on in, pulled down from behind, but no call. And the Titans were kind of lucky there as they shoot the puck into the crowd.
Well, that's one of those situations you're already a man down. And Maltese arguing again.
Well, this time I think he had a pretty good case.
A little bit, as Likit Andersson kind of tackled him from behind. But you're not going to get this call, especially when you're already up a man right there. Kind of jumped on him, and then you see Britt raising his hand saying, nope, not me, I didn't do anything.
Well, Likit Andersson kind of gave him a little two-hander and then pulled the hands back. On the face-off here, it is controlled by the Admirals. Kowalski on his backhand. Gives up now for Farco. Farco behind the net. Playing catch with Kowalski. Back to Farco, Kowalski who breaks to the net. Farco trying to bring it out. Hit from behind by Williams. And the Titans will clear. Nice job by Vince Williams.
Another situation, Mick, where if they were not down already, there probably would have been a cross-checking penalty on the Titans right behind the net.
Well, they're not going to call it on Anderson. They're not going to call it on Williams either. Admirals with the puck. 5 seconds left in the man advantage. Kowalski at the point, walking on in. Gives up now for Taylor, who throws it in front. And Farco tried a slap at it, but nothing doing. Power play is over. Lenzik makes a save as the shot was kind of going a little bit wide anyway. And now we have a whistle that stops play behind the net. And we're going to get a slashing penalty. And it looks like the Titans will be down a man again. Cam White going to the box.
This is just good play, good hard pressure by the Admirals. Cam White had no alternative. Sometimes when you get guys in front and you can't move them physically, you try to lay the lumber on them. Usually you make contact with their stick. Sometimes it's their leg or arm, just enough so that they can't get themselves free. Coach Cassidy not happy with the play. Power play one right after the other is real tough to kill, but he knew coming into tonight's game it was going to be real physical and probably a heavily penalty-filled game.
0 for 1 on the power play, but here is Gillis. Oh, he hit the post, and they call it a goal. I thought it hit the post. It came right out, but it must have hit right inside as the red light went on, and it's 1-0 Hampton Roads on the goal by Gillis as he shot it from the point for his 3rd goal of the season.
Well, here's the advantage of having a left-handed shot on the right-hand side from the point. He has the whole net to shoot out, and for Ryan Gillis, that's his 3rd goal of the season. Watch as he lets the quick wrist shot go just under the left glove and beyond the left skate of Lenzik. The pass comes from the side. Lenzik scoots to his left, not quick enough, gets a little piece of it, hits the back of the net and flies right back out.
It came out so fast. I thought it hit the post at first, but then as the light went on, I know it was under the pad. Now here is a shot. Oh, fanning was Ackerman, and he knew it. He knew he had the whole side of the net, and he is beside himself as he skates away, and now tempers start to flare right in the crease.
The Admirals are not letting up here. Another great opportunity by Hampton, keeping the puck deep in the zone. Shot was fanned, but sometimes those shots can be tougher for a goaltender to save because you anticipate the hard shot. You can maybe sometimes overreact. And Drapeau doing a great job for the Admirals.
Well, we get set for the face-off officially. Gillis from Omicelli rather, at 14:44, and they tacked on an assist to Dominic Maltese. So 1-0 Hampton Roads, and here comes Drapeau. Etienne Joupeau across the line, just let it go wide. And now we almost had Whitchurch being out. Now he's hit, and I think we're going to get the call here.
I think you're right on the first one. They are going to call the hold. You don't always have to fall down to have a penalty called. That time Whitchurch with a good head of steam coming on the near boards. And Louis Bedard, who actually has now 184 penalty minutes, no stranger to the sin bin, held Jed Whitchurch.
Well, Bedard has already been caught for fighting tonight. Now he goes off for holding as the Titans are on the Trigen Energy power play. And Titans got to crank things up a little bit, as they've only been finding the net about 14% of the time.
And Mick, the league average is about 18%.
0-for-1, no shots. They did control the puck, Pete, in the last power play attempt, but never really got any great shot opportunities.
Well, two things. They kept the puck on the outside, and they didn't have somebody in front. I was watching on the last power play by the Admirals. Rod Taylor parked himself in front of Taras Lenzik and did not move for about 90 of those 120 seconds. He was a fixture right there. That's something the Titans have to do. Put somebody in front to create trouble, to create screens, to give havoc to the other team.
Playing out there with Bertoli, Hall, Mater. But here comes a 2-on-1 back the other way if they hurry. Here is Bobby Russell. Puts on the brakes, lets it go, and escape save by Taras Lenzik. Mike Hall picks it up, trying to skate it out, broken up, and it's sent back in. Bobby Russell broken up in the corner as Hall gets there. Notice they're still forechecking, even deep in the zone, a man down.
Well, the Admirals are doing a good
here's
job.
A giveaway. Taylor across the line, shot, a big save by Lenzik, and he holds on. Well, you saw the goal-scoring prowess of Rod Taylor, who already has 5 against the Titans this year, and now they'll start to mix it up with Adams and Jerry Keefe. And they'll break that up. Or rather, Mike Mater, I beg your pardon.
Very aggressive penalty killing by the Admirals. Rather than just hang in neutral zone, hang in your own zone, and wait for things to happen, they're aggressive. Ooh, did you see that? That was actually offsides, Mick. That puck came outside the zone. Linesman didn't quite see it. And then we take a look at Rod Taylor.
Play back on, 1:10 to go here on this power play. The giveaway is early, 5-4. Titans have given it away one more time than the Admirals. And here's an offside back the other way. Well, it's been everything we expected. Fast-paced, physical play. And when I spoke to Coach Cassidy before the game, he says, well, I hope the home ice advantage will continue. So far, Hampton Roads has the 1-0 lead.
Well, he knows how big this game is. Right now, every game from here on in is going to be positioning for the playoffs.
Big difference in shots on goal. The Admirals have put it on the cage, yet they only lead it 1-0. With Asparagi 15-2.
Well, this is nothing new for Taras Lenzik. As we mentioned earlier, he has faced over 30 shots, 5 of the last 7 games.
And that play offside as well.
Little less than 3.5 remaining here in the first period, and just 42 seconds remaining on the power play. But the Titans are not playing it with the aggressiveness you need to play, especially on the power play. You got to pick up your pace a little bit. You got to be a little stronger.
Hall, Mater, and Bertoli out there with McLean and Jerry Keefe. And the Titans win the faceoff. We'll see what they do here in this final 39 seconds of the man advantage. It goes in the zone. It's picked up by Taylor, and it is a delay offside, and finally it's cleared by the Admirals. Jerry Keefe sees the forechecker coming, and now they'll start out. Here comes Mater across the line. Broken up, and it goes back into the Trenton end.
Rich Pateri, great job there, breaking up the pass right at the blue line. Titans have not looked good for the last 2 minutes.
Pateri really working as a forechecker, even a man down, making it very hard for the Titans to come out of their own end. Gillis clears. Bedard is out of the box. The power play is over.
Mick, we talked about it earlier tonight about sometimes the Titans go through stretches, 10, 15 minutes, where they're not on top of their game. I think we just saw a few of them.
Here is Parrish on the backhand. Gives up for Jared Adams. There's a delayed penalty coming against the Titans. So the sixth attacker is out there for the Admirals. And now as the puck gets dumped in, it's touched up by Cam White. And when we come back, we'll have a Trigen Energy power play going for the Hampton Roads Admirals. 1-0 Hampton Roads. Hope you enjoy the game tonight right here on CN8 as we'll be back to Sovereign Bank Arena in just a moment.
Bring together 6 premier automotive franchises. And what do you get? The Peruzzi Auto Group, a team dedicated to a single goal, complete customer satisfaction. We start with a large selection, over 3,000 new and used cars, trucks, vans, and sport utilities. We continue with unbeatable pricing. Our high volume allows Peruzzi to sell for less, and we end with superior service from every department. When it comes to complete customer satisfaction, Peruzzi is the only way to go.
As we come back, Pete, a look at the Titans penalty.
Kind of like a left jab right to the face of Bobby Russell. And because of that, Cam White will sit 2 minutes. Now this is a critical 2 minutes with just 2:06 remaining here in the second period.
Sheriff's back at the point. Plays catch with Taylor. Titans almost broke it up. Wrist winds it around and wants to clear but can't. Adams will get there first. Gives it back to the point. Adams rolls it in front and he scores. Might have been tipped on the way in. Never really got good wood on it, but like we say, when you put the puck on the net, good things happen. And the goal goes to Jared Adams, just his second goal of the season. It's 2-0.
Nick, you're absolutely right. Not a particularly hard shot, but it was redirected somewhere. I'm not sure if it went off a Titan defenseman or if another Admiral got a piece of it, but it changed direction just a little bit and just slipped by Taras Lenzik. Watch, the shot comes from the point. You have 2 players there, one being Rod Taylor. Where else would you expect him but right in front of the net? Watch as it goes, probably off a skate right there. They may credit this goal to Rod Taylor. Maybe we can get a better look from this angle. You're going to see the shot come from the point. Fakes a slap shot, takes a wrist shot, sneaks through, just gets redirected beyond the leg of Taras Lenzik.
Well, they did give it to Taylor as Adams picks up an assist. And I believe John Parko gets the other assist as well, and it's now 2-0, and it's the second power play goal tonight for Hampton Roads.
And even though that might have gone off the defenseman's skate, Rod Taylor was right there, right next to him, and many times they'll credit the goal to the nearest offensive player when that happens. Jan Lasik so far has only faced 3 shots through the first 18.5 minutes here tonight. I'd say he's had the night off so far.
Whitchurch on the draw, and the Hampton Roads end, and Gillis will try to clear. Whitchurch keeps it in. Harris goes back and picks it up. 2-0 with 1:20 to play here in this first period. Jan Lasik playing a pretty good game in goal tonight, but like you say, he hasn't really been tested yet. He's only faced 3 shots.
Not at all. He's had a very easy night so far.
Looked like Maltese walked in well offside, and then let play continue. And I didn't see any delay whistle coming. Now Pateri picks up the puck and just shoots it in, as the Admirals want to change in the final 47 seconds.
Well, Hampton's very comfortable here, just running out the clock for the next 40 seconds.
Oh, here is Taylor. I wouldn't call that comfortable as the shot's deflected up and out of the ring. Well, when you look at Taylor, who scored the power play goal, his 28th of the year, you'll notice that coming into this season, he was 6th all-time in the ECHL in goals, 8th in points all-time, and 5th in games played. So Rod Taylor, currently 4th in the league in goal scoring, has lit up the lamp again on Taras Lenzik.
And in the past 6 years, he's led the team in scoring 4 of those 6 years.
He's just one of the all-timers. And he has proven he is tough to move out of the crease. Here is Mike Hall. Goes off his skate, right to Bertoli, or rather Risk, who shoots it in. McLean out there with Masters, as the Titans trying to keep the pressure on here in the final 18 seconds, but it's picked up and cleared. Here comes Kowalski. Masters will shoot it back in. Sheriffs will get there first with 8 seconds to go in the period. Plays forward. Back to Sheriffs. Gives to Kowalski. Just backhands it in as time expires. But we have played the first period here at Sovereign Bank Arena as Gillis opened the scoring at 14:44 for John Brophy's club. And then Taylor comes back and scores to make it 2-0 as both goals coming on the power play tonight for the Hampton Roads Admirals.
Well, we knew the Admirals had a potent power play, over 20%. The league average is only 18%. John Brophy has to be happy. Through the first 20 minutes, his team has really dominated this game.
Well, now's your opportunity to experience all the action and excitement from the best seat in the house at the new Sovereign Bank Arena, as you can become an Inner Club Circle member today and enjoy a host of special amenities, including VIP parking, private concourse areas, and more. Now, all you have to do for more information is contact Sovereign Bank Arena's exclusive club seats, their premium seating department at 609-656-3207. Well, standing by right now is Ken Adelberger as we'll go downstairs to Ken and John Brophy. Gentlemen.
Thanks very much, Mick. Coach, from a Trenton standpoint, that didn't quite go the way they wanted to. How about from your standpoint? That pretty much meet the advanced billing?
It went very well for us because we scored 2 power play goals, but I'm sure Trenton wanted to get started a little different, but we were forechecking really hard, and we came in here to try to skate on them and try to get a lead, especially when you're on the road, you like a lead.
Is there an area there that you feel you can attack against Trenton?
Really, we're just trying to forecheck 2 men in and see, not let them give them time to get the puck up to their forwards. So far we got 2 power play goals, and it's working good.
Thanks, John, very much. Indeed, guys, they got that power play going, 2-0 lead. Back upstairs.
All right, thanks very much, Ken. And the interview brought to you by Powerade, the official sports drink of the Trenton Titans. We played the first period. Hampton Roads leading Trenton by the score of 2-0. Stay with us on CNA.
This is a world only a few know well. A world of risk and uncertainty. This is the financial world. For experience and guidance in this sometimes confusing world, come to the mountain called First Union. Or if you prefer, the mountain will come to you.
Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. Red and yellow, black and white, they are precious.
Children are our most precious gift, yet we allow them to suffer. Thousands are dying each day from hunger and disease. And you can do something. You can save one child. Call Christian Children's Fund and help save one needy child through your love and generosity for just 80 cents a day. The number's on your screen. Ask for a picture of a child you can sponsor.
Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. Red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in His sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world.
There's a child out there you can help. Please call now.
Tonight's first intermission is brought to you by your local Tri-State Toyota dealers. Toyota, real values every day. Well, we're back here at Sovereign Bank Arena with the Hampton Roads Admirals leading the Trenton Titans with 2 power play goals in this first period by a score of 2-0. Well, standing by downstairs right now is Ken Adelberger with a special guest in Jed Whitchurch.
Thanks, Mick. Well, we're with the co-leader insofar as the scoring has gone thus far for the Titans this year. Jed Whitchurch joins us. And Jed, I got to ask you, college player last year, Colgate, ECAC, first year a pro. Tell us a little bit about the transition, how that's gone for you thus far. Certainly the numbers you're pointing up would indicate that it's gone very well.
Well, it has. And to be honest with you, it's a tough transition to make at times, especially when you're this size, obviously. Guys are a lot bigger and stronger and faster, but It's been tough at times, but you owe a lot of credit to your teammates and coach, throwing you out there in certain situations, showing you that they have the confidence in you that you're going to get the job done. But as far as the game, guys are much stronger, faster, and obviously older, more experienced. They know the little things that contribute to winning ways. But it's been good. It's been a good one. I haven't regretted 1 minute of it, except for obviously after a few tough losses and some stupid plays, you kind of kick yourself. But overall, it's been good. It's nice to play hockey and not have the academics and stuff like that, obviously, but overall it's been a tremendous experience here in Trenton so far.
Well, you talk about good. I might want to say great because the numbers you've put up have been very impressive, but I got to admit, you're confusing me because on the offensive side, you've been a playmaker and a goal scorer. Playmaking-wise, you have made some fantastic dishes this year. You get excited when you set up a goal?
Well, it's nice to, make nice plays or bring a puck to the net and have a guy finish. It obviously gives your team a jump in the game, but I've always been more of a playmaker than a goal scorer. I think it's a little easier to find guys when you're small using your size than it is to fight guys off to score goals. But a lot of credit to your teammates too, finding the holes for you to find them, and sometimes returning the passes and burying them yourself.
I think I was joking with you before. You must have been misused then as a player at the college level, more as a defensive player because you haven't put up numbers like this before.
No, well, in juniors I had pretty good numbers. In college is a totally different game. It's few games. It's a quick game. It's a lot of sporadic movement out there. It's a lot of us college guys like to refer to it as pinball hockey because you play 2 games a week and you're flying out there and it's intense. It's a total different game, and maybe the pro game suits my style a little more. A lot of people thought it wouldn't because of my size and this and that, but it's a lot of hockey and it's a lot of fun, and so far it's been pretty good.
You like to see your goals?
I like to see the wins and the win columns in the newspaper in the mornings, to be honest with you. But it's nice to score goals, and a lot of the goals I've scored this year have been off nice feeds from a lot of different players, which is nice. And it's nice to when they make a nice pass to finish it up for them. That's for sure.
I got to tell you, the number that impresses me the most is the plus 20, which leads the team.
Well, that's a surprise to me too. I think a few concerns were about my defensive play early on in the season, and I owe a lot of credit to the coaching staff here. From Butch Hill and Mike, they've all taken me aside, run me through video and stuff like that to take care of stuff in your own end first. And I guess it's worked. It's shown in the plus-minus ratings, and I hope it just goes up from here.
Jed, good luck to you the rest of the way.
Great. Thank you very much.
We'll be back with much more from Sovereign Bank Arena. It is intermission time. The Titans and the Hampton Road Admirals doing battle. We'll take a look at the scoreboard much more when we return.
Titan, a person of gigantic size or power. Someone who stands for greatness of achievement. A new team has been forged in the East Coast Hockey League. The Trenton Titans. The Trenton Titans begin playing in the brand new Sovereign Bank Arena in October 1999. Tickets are now available at the Sovereign Bank Arena box office, all Ticketmaster locations, or by calling 609-520-8383. It's riveting hockey.
Every woman knows you can never own enough shoes, but where do you keep them all? You need Shoes Away, the amazing new organizer that holds dozens of pairs of shoes. Shoe racks only hold a few pairs. Shoe furniture is flimsy, and it takes up half your closet. Shoes Away works on any door in your house. It fits up to 30 pairs of shoes, each pair in see-through vinyl compartments with breathable fabric dividers. Choose matching shoes for any outfit in an instant. Now go from this to this with Shoes Away. Only $24.99. Order now, and you'll receive a free trial membership in Best Price USA, America's premier buying club. But wait, call in the next 10 minutes and get a second Shoes Away absolutely free. Perfect for him, for her, or for the kids. Call now, and it's just $19.99 after rebate. This offer is not available in stores, so order now.
To order your 2 Shoes Away for $19.99 plus shipping after $5 mail-in rebate, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-919-4499.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sovereign Bank Arena. We are through one period of play. Not a good opening stanza for the Titans. They give up 2 power play goals, get just 3 shots on goal. They find themselves down by 2 after one period of play. And welcome back, everyone, to our intermission studios. I'm Ken Adelberger. Well, if it's a Friday night, that means there's at least double-digit games around the league being played, and indeed, there are 11 other games. Let's go right to the ECHL scoreboard, brought to you by the Trenton Orthopedic Group, the official orthopedic group of the Trenton Titans. Peoria and Arkansas getting underway very shortly. Peoria, the Northwest Division leaders, have lost 2 straight. They're a solid 14-8-1 on the road, taking on Arkansas. Just 10 wins in 49 games this year. They have the worst record in the league. Greenville, the Growl. At Augusta, I think in Augusta right now, they're probably thinking more about the Masters, which is coming up the second week of August. Greenville coming off a 4-2 win last night in Greensboro. The PD Pride, they're in Birmingham tonight. That is an 8:35 start. The PD Pride, a league low 9 losses. Just 9 losses. They have won 2 straight coming into play. Roanoke in Florida. How about the Express? The second game of 3 in a row in the Sunshine State. They lost last night to Tallahassee. They are underway in the first period. No score. The Dayton Bombers and Johnstown Chiefs, they're doing battle tonight. Who owns the Chiefs? How about the Bombers? They have a .750 winning percentage lifetime against Johnstown. They are scoreless in the first period of play. 8:05 start. Mississippi is at Louisiana. That's a battle of the Southwest Division. Mobile, the Mystics in Pensacola tonight, taking on the Ice Pilots, who have won just 3 of their last 10. Mobile is just 4 goals shy of 200 scored on the season. They could well hit that tonight. Jackson and Richmond in Richmond tonight. The Renegades have lost 3 straight, and they are the team the Titans are looking up to. Right now, they're 7 points behind for 3rd in the division. You'll see that in the standings momentarily. Charlotte, the Stingrays, battle of North and South. Remember, North won the Civil War, so the South looking to save a little face here. This game is not at Appomattox Courthouse, however. It is in South Carolina. They are scoreless in the first period. Little history lesson there for you. The only other game that has goals scored in thus far, Jacksonville and Tallahassee. What do you know? 1-1. They're in the first period. The Tiger Sharks have won 2 straight. Rounding out the scoreboard tonight, the Nailers and the Storm. The Storm have a 6-point lead over the Nailers for last place in the Northwest Division. That is a look at the ECHL here tonight. Now, as promised, let's get a quick look at those Northeast Division standings. That is where both Hampton Roads, the opponents here tonight for Trenton, they both reside. Roanoke leading the way with 63 points. Hampton Roads right behind, 4 points back with 59. Richmond, they've lost 3 straight, reeling a little bit right now. They are within the sights of the Titans. Titans 7 back there. Charlotte and Greensboro rounding out the Northeast Division. There you have it. Once again, it is intermission time here at the Sovereign Bank Arena. The Trenton Titans not looking so strong at the moment. They find themselves down by 2 when we return. Mick has analysis. Mick and Peter, stay tuned. Back with more in a moment.
Have that dream where you're driving, introducing the next Celica. Go!
Mama? Honey, can you get me the baby's juice?
Yes, Mama. I'm sorry you're sick.
So am I, honey.
Mama has a headache again.
It's not an ordinary headache. It's a migraine. And Zomig is migraine medicine you can take anytime during the pain. Anytime, like when the pain begins. Anytime, like when the pain worsens. Anytime, even when it's full-blown. Zomig relieves most types of migraines. Talk with your doctor and call 1-800-778-2680 for product information and a free trial offer, plus an attack pack dispenser. Zomig is not for everyone. If you have certain types of heart disease or uncontrolled blood pressure, you should not take Zomig. Very rarely, some people without recognized heart disease may have serious heart-related problems. So talk to your doctor if you have risk factors for heart disease, such as smoking, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol, or if you are pregnant, nursing, or taking medications. Zomig. Take it over migraine pain anytime.
We're back here at Sovereign Bank Arena. After the first period, Hampton Roads leading Trenton by a score of 2-0. And the way this first period went, Pete Caggiano, it probably could have been worse because the Titans were outshot 16-3.
Boy, they looked awful bad in the first period. They played with some intensity, but offensively, they just were not there. 3 shots on goal is not doing the job.
Plus, the power play was working in that first period, as you'll see in the highlights here for Hampton Roads, as Ryan Gillis starts things off at 14:44.
Well, this is just a great play because Gillis, a left-handed shot on the right side, lets it go quickly. Lenza couldn't quite get the left pad in front, and that gave the Admirals a 1-0 lead.
And then the Titans with some bad stick handling. You can't give chances like this away.
No, not at all. A giveaway is one thing, but then when you have a giveaway and you allow a guy like Rod Taylor to get off a shot like that, good thing Lenza came up big right there.
Then Jared Adams from the point on a power play goal at 18-12 to make it 2-0.
Well, this shot comes from the point. It's touched in front. At first we thought Taylor was going to get the goal on the redirection, but they credited it to Adams from the point and must have went off a Titan defenseman that made the score 2-0.
Well, let's go downstairs to Ken Adelberger. Ken?
Thanks very much, Mick. Coach, you know, there's an old saying, it says 100% of the shots that aren't taken never go in. My gosh, in that period, you probably would have liked to have had some shots. Just 3. Are they bottling you up somewhere? Are they preventing you penetration anywhere?
No, I just see them wanting the puck more than we do. I mean, we've turned it over in our end repeatedly, and we don't want to go get it in their end. Our forwards just don't want to put the effort that it takes to establish a forecheck. And you know, I don't mind saying it was an embarrassing period for us, but the good news is we got 40 minutes left, and we obviously have to go out and win this period. But we got to. I think it's a matter of one-on-one battles. You just beat the guy across from you, and you want a little more, and things will go our way. But I mean, they're obviously the team that wants it more than us, and it showed.
Coach, thanks very much. Let's go back upstairs. Peter, Mick.
All right, thanks very much. And as you take a look at the shots, Pete, well, that's really the story of this first period.
16-3, a big advantage for the Admirals. And as we look down the list, the other thing that sticks out are the power plays. The Admirals scored on 2 of 3. The Titans 0 for 2, and on those 2 power plays, no shots on goal. You're not going to put the puck in the net that way.
Well, as Ken said a moment ago, you got to put the puck on the cage. Good things will happen. We'll see if the Titans can do that in period number 2. They trail Hampton Roads by a score of 2-0, and we'll come back with the start of period number 2 in just a moment right here on CNA.
Are you a hopeless romantic? Do you want to know if love is in your future? Monday on CNA's Family Talk at 7, everyone's favorite psychic, Barbara Mackey, will be here for our Valentine's Day special. She'll take your calls and let you know if Cupid's arrow is aimed at you.
You're going to be madly in love. He wears glasses. He's very studious, but he's a wild man.
Join us to find out how wild your future is on this Valentine's Day special.
That's tonight's Family Talk at 7 on CN8.
All here with Mama Said.
CNA's got Hoops Heaven College Basketball, Big East, MAC, A10, and all your favorite teams. They'll be banging the boards, slamming the jams, working the floor, and rocking the fans.
With Mama Said.
It's exciting Hoops Heaven action, and you've got it on CN8. Tuesday night, one of the fiercest rivalries in America unfolds as Penn visits Princeton. The battle starts at 7:30. Hoops Heaven is brought to you in part by Power Direct.
Y'all here with Mama Said.
We became America here. In the streets of Philadelphia, freedom was born. And in the nearby countryside, you can stand on some of America's most precious ground, Valley Forge. Here, the first in a long history of brave Americans proved their courage. So stand tall, walk proudly. You know, people say that nothing is sacred anymore. I say, come to Valley Forge. I'm Bob Dole. And that's my Philadelphia.
Tonight's Titans game is brought to you by First Union. Let us be your guide to the financial world. And by your local tri-state Toyota dealers. Toyota, real values every day. And by U.S. Airways, the official airline of the Trenton Titans. We're back here at Sovereign Bank Arena, awaiting the teams to come out for the start of the second period, and right now, Hampton Roads leading by a score of 2-0 over the Trenton Titans. Well, both teams make their way out, and it was 2 power play goals in that first period by the Admirals that were, well, the leg up on the Trenton Titans. Yet another sellout crowd here tonight, Pete.
They're 5th in a row. They're doing a great job here in Trenton. Credit goes to Jeannie Gallagher and her staff. An outstanding job.
Well, old-time hockey comes to Sovereign Bank Arena as the Hanson brothers come in on February 16th as the Titans take on the Johnstown Chiefs at 7:05. Great seats still available at the Sovereign Bank Arena box office, all Ticketmaster outlets, or by calling 609-520-8383. Well, that's not all of February, because Wednesday the 23rd, the Titans take on the Richmond Renegades, and great steeds still available there as well. It's Powerhouse Gym Night, and the first 2,000 fans will receive glow sticks courtesy of Powerhouse Gym, the official workout facility of the Titans. Again, for tickets, you can call 609-520-8383.
And Mick, for that game with the Hanson brothers on February the 16th, there are only a few hundred seats left. Advance sale was very good on that game. So if people are looking to come out to support the Titans, don't wait to game night. Get your tickets early.
Well, the Titans are 17-7-2 at home this year. The only bad stat to throw at you is that when Hampton Road scores first, they are 23-2 this season. So the crowd trying to start things up here as we're ready for the start of the second period. And Mike Hall loses the face-off to John Parco, and the Admirals will roll it into the Trenton end as we're underway in the second 20 minutes. Parco upended behind the net. Kowalski tries to get there first. Dave Risk runs him off the play and picks up the puck. Wants to clear to Mike Hall and does. Hall tries to get it ahead to Cale McLean, who just sticks it along. And Bertoli will race into the corner with Chad Ackerman, but the play is a two-line pass. Or an icing, actually.
The next few minutes is going to tell the story. Scott Bertoli knows that his team has to pick it up. You heard what Coach Cassidy said. Everybody has to win the battle across from each other. Taylor right there, he's looking to win the battle across from the player he's playing against. It's individual battles, one-on-one. If you do your job, the whole team effort works.
I think it all starts with Taylor, like you say. If you can clear him out of the crease, that's the first step in the right direction.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
There's a reason why he led this team forward the past 6 years in scoring.
Drapo on the face-off. It's controlled here by Bertoli, and Scott Bertoli comes out of the zone in a flurry, but it rolls right in on a goaltender, and Cam White will come back to center and pick it up. Oh, there's a run taken by Louis Bedard. Who else? He's been known to throw his weight around.
The Montreal native really showing what he's made of.
Risk dumps it into the far corner as the Titans want to change on the fly. Sheriffs will go back and pick it up. Sheriffs skates it out, bangs it off the board, and Vince Williams on defense with Likit Andersson will control on their own end. Here is Jed Whitchurch, tries to play ahead for Jesse Bolivis. Comes back to center. Now Trent Becky comes across the line, takes the shot, it goes wide. Whitchurch will get there first in the corner. Whitchurch rolls it right in on goal. Jan Lassett keeps it on its way. Williams from the point shot. Oh, and it picked up on the goaltender, and Lassett was able to just get enough of it to keep it out. Here comes Michael Michelli across the line. Tries to roll it in and does, and making the big sprawling save is Taras Hunzik. Let's go downstairs to Ken Adelberg again.
Hey, Mick, thanks very much. I'm with a guy who certainly did his share of running around AHL and NHL rinks. Archie Henderson, now with the Washington Capitals scouting. John Brophy is a guy who would have loved to have coached you, I'm sure.
Well, he's a legend. He's been around the East Coast Hockey League, the National League, the American League, and he's certainly very well known in hockey.
Any good Brophy stories? He's such a guy who's such a fan of physical hockey. You must have something up your sleeve.
I have one. Is when we were starting the East Coast League way back in the beginning, we had a dispersal draft. When the league went from 5 to 8 teams, John Brophy came to the dispersal draft. He was running Hampton. I was running Nashville, and Jeff Brubaker was running Queensville. We didn't know where we were going to get players. Brophy waived all of his picks in the dispersal draft. He said, I don't want any of these guys. He ended up having the most players at the entire training camp in the entire league, and stocked most of the league the first year, and it was just funny that he had all the players in his back pocket.
There you go. He pulled one over and everybody else. Arch, thanks very much. Back upstairs, gentlemen.
All right, thanks very much, Ken. As you saw the graphic a moment ago, 400 wins in ECHL play for Coach Brophy. All time, only Scotty Bowman has one more than John Brophy. Here is Maltese across the line. Rolls it right in front of Michelli. Never got the shot away, but it didn't stop Lenzik from sprawling.
Nice job by Mike Mader. Just enough with a stick, just enough with a hook to keep the Hampton Roads Admiral player from getting off a good shot.
Well, the Admirals have it, and here they come once again. Russell fires it in, but there's an icing.
things picked up. They've gotten 2 more shots on goal so far here in the second period, up to 5, but still not enough. Bobby Russell on the road, he has scored 15 points, and that's tough to do because a lot of players feel more comfortable playing at home. It takes an effort to really get your game up to play on the road. And Russell played 44 games last year as a rookie for this team, and he scored 15 goals.
Well, the Admirals certainly have their game on tonight here. And every game has been won by the home team, but that hasn't kind of gone through the form so far through the first 23 minutes of tonight's game as Hampton Roads leads it 2-0 here at Sovereign Bank Arena.
Steve Sheriffs, the Princeton graduate, both in 98 and 99, second team All-American. And he's actually right now a property of the Washington Capitals.
The Sheriff settles in. Cal McLean fans on a drive. And Etienne Drapeau plays across the line, and here's the shot from Zaklinka, handled by Lensick. The Admirals keep it in the zone. It rolls right in, and Lensick has to sprawl and make the save. Oh, a little pushing and shoving going on, and here we go.
Risk was the first one to take a pop, and then he got hit from behind. But I see the official's hands in the air. J.P. Zubek's going to call something right now.
They call one each way, I don't know.
That's probably the case.
Well, it could have been the way things happened around the net first, Pete, because we see a little spray right there on a goaltender, and then a little stick in the head, maybe a little kick.
Oh, and then he gets hit right there by Drapeau's stick. Lensick took that one right on top of the mesh.
Zaklinka is in the box.
He was the guy, I think, who came in after the play, after the 2 guys met, and hit Risk from behind.
Well, he gets called for the penalty, and here is a big power play. Well, the Admirals have 4 minutes up on the boards. The Titans have 2.
So what they did is they called a double minor on one side, a single minor on the other, but the first minors cancel each other out, so there should only be 2 minutes up on the one side. That's what our official J.P. Zubek just mentioned.
0 for 2 and no shots for the Trenton Titans on the power play tonight.
Well, they're down 2-0. They need this next goal. To go down 3-0 to the 3rd place team in the conference is going to be real difficult.
Well, I think they have to straighten this out. I think it's just 2 minutes on the board, and that is all, because there's no one in the Trenton box. So J.P. Zubik going to just call a 2-minute penalty here on Zaklinka, and that will be it. Although they haven't changed the clock. So we await the face-off between Pateri and Hall, and they still haven't straightened things out.
Unless they're having trouble with the clock and it's not responding to what the timekeeper's trying to do.
Well, you see 4 on one side, 2 on the other, and now they took it away. So it looks like a double minor, just a 2-minute penalty.
It's just a 2-minute penalty.
But the clock still says 3:49 nonetheless.
Well, hopefully now they can change it down to 1:49.
Regardless, it's a Trigen Energy power play for the Trenton Titans, and they have to really make a statement here, Pete, I think, as Bertoli goes to the bench.
Well, they have to pick up the game. They really do. Bertoli, who has 17 goals so far this year, really needs to pick this team up. Cassidy, not real happy right now. The gum chewing, the words back and forth as he's trying to get his team up for this power play. Minute 49 remaining. They need shots on goal. They need to put the puck on net.
I know on Tuesday night, Cassidy had some words even with the Admirals players because it got so chippy. So I'm sure that he's not, real pleased the way things have gone here. Plus, the power play has been a big bugaboo for the Titans, not only tonight, but the season as well. Here is Hall. Gives up McLean, just shoots it wide. Now, can they keep it in the zone? Yes, Jerry Keefe will keep it in. Lays ahead for Bertoli. McLean will get it behind the net. Gives up for Mike Hall. Hall out there with Mater, McLean, and Bertoli, the big scoring guns, but this puck is cleared. And Taras Lensick will send it back to Mike Hall.
One thing that the Admirals have done all night on the first 2 power plays that the Titans had, they were very aggressive. They didn't sit back and wait. They actually came into the zone of the Titans and tried to stop them from making the breakout pass.
Well, the one guy who's not out there who was doing that was Pateri. Here is the Titans as they just dump it in the zone. Turnaround is blocked by Keith. Now it goes right to Witcher. Get away in a slot. Oh, it comes right off the goaltender. He might have got a piece of the post as well, and the net comes off the board. But Jed Whitchurch had time to pull the trigger. Just didn't go in.
Nick, that was a tremendous save by Jan Lasik. He was flat on his back and stopped Whitchurch. Whitchurch is shaking his head. He had him dead to rights. He was right in the slot. Good job here by the Titans. As you see, that was Trembecki keeping the puck in his zone. Whitchurch fakes now, shoots. Watch the left leg of Lasik making the save. Good job there by Trembecki. And then the Titans go to the net. Whitchurch fakes the pass, shoots. And I'm not sure if it was the left glove or the left pad, but nonetheless, great save by Jan Lasik.
And it stays 2-0 for the Hampton Roads Admirals. Face off in the Admirals' end, and they will clear.
Nick, there's a reason why you see Lasik making those saves. All-star this year, 2nd round draft pick by Nashville, the NHL. He went in the 65th round.
Well, the Titans are starting to get some chances going their way here as they're putting the pressure on this Trajan Energy power play. But the face-off will come all the way back into Trenton end.
You don't want to be guilty of icing, especially on a power play. It takes away all your momentum.
Likit Andersson and Jesse Bolaris have been patrolling the blue line on this shift, but now Anderson's going to go to the bench. And the Titans are going to counter with Vince Williams on defense. Still a power play opportunity, and it comes back to the point. Shot goes well wide. Off the stick of Sheriffs. Whitchurch behind the net.
But just look at the good job the Admirals are doing. They won the face-off, and they kept the puck for about 20 seconds in the Titan zone.
Trembecki hit along the boards. Bolaris will get there and try to dig it free with Trembecki. Trembecki double team. The Admirals pick it up. Drapeau can't clear. Keith will keep it in. Miss Whitchurch, and here's a 2-on-2 if they hurry back the other way with Drapeau. Leaves it for Pateri. The shot almost deflected in front by Seklinka.
Seklinka was right there. He almost redirected it. Lenzik made the save, and that was tough because he was distracted by Seklinka, who was cruising right down the slot.
Now the Titans want to come out as the power play is over. Whitchurch broken up near the blue line. Here is Taylor, and they're going to call, I think, a hand pass to stop play. But the thing I'm impressed with, not only by Taylor being in front of the net, but on the very last shift, you had Seklinka going to the net as well. Hampton Roads really likes to get to the net and distract the goaltender.
Well, Hampton is a big team. Many of their guys are over 6'1", and by going to the net, by going to the hole, that's where the action happens. That's where you get rebounds. That's where you get deflections. That's where Rod Taylor has scored many of his points.
Taylor, 4th in the league in goal scoring this season. On the faceoff, is controlled by the Titans. The Titans trail it by a score of 2-0. They try to send Bob Thornton straight away, and it rolls right in on the goaltender, and making the save is Lasik. Jan Lasik with another save as the Titans are now up to 6 shots on goal. So they've doubled their first period output, and we still have 14:02 to play in the second period.
But still only one good scoring chance so far for the Titans on the power play.
Bob Thornton had 2 goals in the last meeting between these two teams here at Sovereign Bank Arena. Matter of fact, in that game, Lasik got pulled in the third period. He was beaten a 5-1 game.
Again here, the Admirals dumping and chasing, looking to use their size and their strength and their speed to make things happen in the Titan zone.
Titans want to clear and do. But Hampton Roads right back on the puck. Here come the Admirals. Here's Kowalski, leaves it for Taylor. Taylor looking for somebody at the top of the slot. Now picks it back up from his knees, throws the rink-wide pass. But falling down on the play was Kowalski, and the Titans will come back. Here is a trip, and they're going to go. Mader drew the penalty, and the Titans will have a power play.
Good hard work. That's what happens when you move your skates. That's what happens when you keep your legs going. Kowalski will sit 2 minutes and give the Titans a great opportunity here. Watch as the play comes out of the zone. First a hook, then he goes after the skates. Coach Cassidy now revving up the troops, knowing that this power play is so important.
Well, if you want to improve upon the 17, 7-2, and 5 straight at home, you better crank things up on this power play right here. A Trigen Energy power play with 13:06 to go in this second period. Although this second period has started a little more quietly than the last time these two teams met, when there were 3 fights in the first 14 seconds of the second period. Titans 0 for 3 and just 1 shot on the power play tonight. Here is Cale McLean. So the Titans are getting their chances. Just haven't been able to convert. Hall's in the circle. Will they get it to him? They do. Mike Hall holds and now gives up for Bertoli. Bertoli back to the point for Keith. Keith back to Bertoli, has a shot, takes it, it's deflected by Parrish in the near circle. Bertoli hit by Parrish, who goes in hard, and Mader is down behind the net. I think we're going to get a penalty called here. So we'll have a 2-man advantage, I believe.
I think it's going to be Sheriff's. He dumped Mader right on the side of the net. Mader getting up real slow, bent over. Cale McLean's coming over to plead the case that maybe he should be more than a minor, but I think it's only going to be 2 minutes.
Well, you might see the tail end of it here behind the net, Pete. Is
to the right of your screen.
There it is. Ooh, he dumped him head over heels.
Oh, and looks like he got a little bit of the lumbar somewhere in the midsection of Mader, and that's why he went over holding his stomach.
Might have, he might have flipped him with a butt end. And if you do that, you probably could have the case for a 4-minute penalty.
Oh no, butt end is a major. There's no question. If there's a butt end given, that's a 5-minute major.
It's not the way it's called here, so the Titans on a big power play, 2-man advantage, as Pateri and Kowalski still in the box.
There's still 1.5 minutes to go on the first penalty, and then a full 2 minutes on the second one.
5-on-3. McLean here's up for Whitcher. Here's McLean, closing shot it over the net. Cale McLean pulled the trigger and went high. Now Jerry Keith finds McLean again. 2-man advantage for the Titans on the Trigen Energy power play. McLean holder. Back to Keith. Oh, broken up nicely by Omicelli, who tries to clear and does. Mike Omicelli, a great job defensively.
Great job by Omicelli. They're playing a triangle, 1 guy up, 2 guys back. Careless pass by Keith.
McLean out there with Bertoli, Mader, Whitchurch, and Keith. Titans dump it in. Who's going to get there first? Gillis tries to clear, and here's almost a break with Taylor. Taylor looked like he was going to pull somebody down, and we're going to get a boarding penalty, I think, or a trip against the Titans, and Mader's going to go. Mader was a guy who was upended behind the net, and I think he got caught with a little retaliation, Pete.
It's exactly what happened, Mick, and this is the kind of penalty you cannot afford to take. You must be more disciplined. You're up 2 men. You can't do something like this, especially behind the play. Watch as he runs the guy, and then what he does, he takes his left leg and sweeps underneath the Admiral player, and because of that, he'll sit for 2 minutes, and that cancels one of the 2-man advantage for the Titans.
There comes a time when you have to just put things in your back pocket and play with a 2-man advantage, and unfortunately, Mader couldn't do it. They're going to call it a trip at 8:12. So Mader's going off for the trip. Could have called a boarding, could have called an elbow.
Well, what he did, Mick, is he dragged his left leg and took out the skates of the Admiral player, and that's why they called it a trip.
He dumps it in. Oh, it almost took a wild bounce and centered itself, and luckily, Jan Losick didn't have it roll in front. If he did, there was no way he could have got back to it. Titans still with a power play. Here is Cale McLean trying to set up Bertoli and couldn't. Jerry Keith keeps it alive. Trenton fans getting a little upset as there's not a lot of shots. It's right in front. Losick holds. And now, ooh, there's one up under chin by Drapeau, and they're going to go. Etienne Drapeau trying to mix things up with Jerry Keefe.
Drapeau first got the stick under Keefe's chin and then started flailing with right-hand punches.
You could call 2 and 5 each if you really wanted to here.
No, I'd probably call 2 and 2 or 2 and 4. Watch as the slap shot from the point, save is made, and then Keefe goes to the net, takes one shot there. Good opportunity here for the Titans, with good save by Lasic, and then the extra stuff on the left-hand side as the two players go at it.
So Keefe goes off along with Etienne Drapeau.
And there's nothing on the board, so whatever they're calling, it's coincidental, either 2 each or 4 each. It will not affect on-ice strength.
The Titans come out 4-on-4 here. Drapeau takes a seat along with Jerry Keefe, and here come the Admirals. They lead it by a score of 2-0. Across the line, Parco stood up behind the net. Vince Williams tries to get there first. Masters will try to keep it alive, and Chris Masters will skate it out. Here comes Chris Masters. Just rolls it in. There will be a 48-second power play starting right now for the Hampton Roads Admirals. And that all goes back to the penalty that Mater took.
Both teams now might be getting a little tired because they're starting to use their sticks a little more. Both teams not quite moving their legs as they were in the first period. Mike Omicelli, great job again here tonight. Has played well all year, and in fact, coming into tonight, has scored 4 goals against the Titans in the previous 6 games.
One of the top New England players coming out of college when he played at Providence. 10:32 to go in the second period. It is still 2-0 for Hampton Roads, and the Titans just dump it in on Jan Lasic.
They have about 35 more seconds to kill here on the power play.
Parco for Taylor, who comes across the line, takes it in stride, and winds it around for Kowalski. Kowalski hit by Williams. Parco stood up by White, but here comes Kowalski. He is dumped, and they clear. One of the best checks tonight I've seen by Williams.
Nice job by Williams. He has to use his size and his strength. Vince Williams, the Ottawa, Ontario native. They look for big things from him on defense, not offensively, but defensively. He's supposed to punish the other team, and that's exactly what he did there.
Well, the power play is over. 9:47 to go. Full strength each way. 9:41 to go, and a 2-0 Hampton Roads lead. Here is Omicelli across the line. Lets it go, and a big save by Taras Lenzik.
That time Lenzik stayed deep inside his zone. He was back in the crease, but squared himself to the shooter well and made the save.
Oh, Kowalski just behind Omicelli, who was cruising in the slot. Now Omicelli will get there as Pateri goes in front of that. Ooh, and it goes right off a skate and in on the goaltender, and Taras Lenzik covers up to stop play. 9:17 to go, still 2-0 Hampton Roads here in the second period of Sovereign Bank Arena. We'll be back in just a moment on CNA.
Travel provided by U.S. Airways, offering non-stop service from Philadelphia to Frankfurt, Paris, London, Madrid, and other European cities. Fly U.S. Airways to Europe.
This is CN8, connected to your world.
Welcome back. 9:17 to go here in period number 2 as Hampton Roads leads Trenton 2-0. We are just over the halfway mark of tonight's game, and with all the power plays and penalties and stoppages, this game has kind of slowed down pace-wise a little bit, Pete.
But not intensity-wise.
No.
It's been right there. Both teams, as you mentioned in the open, no brotherly love between these two teams tonight.
Oddly enough. And here is a whistle that stops play as the puck came out of the zone and then carried back in. Jesse Bolaris and Louis Bedard have been fairly quiet after their fight to start the game tonight.
And that was early in the first period, and that was, as we mentioned earlier, to make amendment for what happened the other night Tuesday down in Virginia when Jade Whitchurch was run from behind with just 11 seconds remaining in the 5-2 win.
Shot whistles well wide as Lenzik wants to clear and can't. It's kept in by the Titans momentarily. Russell gets it free. Trumbecky gets it back. Here is Jeff Trumbecky. Lets it go. It's deflected. And Whitchurch run off the play by Adams. Now Louis Bedard comes out, plays ahead for Maltese. Drop pass, but nobody there except Jesse Bolaris. And the Admirals just dump it back in. Now Russell stood up. There is Bedard. Leveling a two-hander on Whitchurch. Took a run at him from a long distance away. You could have called a charge.
But at least that time Whitchurch was looking at it. It was part of the play. It was involved in the game. It wasn't from behind, and it wasn't with the game was in hand and only 11 seconds remaining.
Here is Parrish. Pass was in his skates. Couldn't control. Saplenka upended by the Titans as Whitchurch takes a fall as well. And now play is called as Whitchurch fell on the puck to stop play.
We might have had just one heavyweight bout so far, but with 28 minutes remaining tonight, I'm sure we're not done with that part of the game.
Well, we heard from Jed Whitchurch in between periods tonight. Like he said, he gets just as excited at making a good pass as he does scoring a goal, but they need goal scoring now from Jed Whitchurch. Last 10 games, 11 points. 6 of those were goals, and Whitchurch has 17 this year.
Well, the other nice thing coming into tonight's game, he is a plus 20 rating, which is phenomenal for any player to be up 20.
Titans trail though 2-0. Here's a one-timer. Oh, Jelly band on. He had a big time shot in the circle and band. Here's Cale McLean back the other way. Lets it go, and a big save by Losick, and he holds on. Well, Cale McLean's still getting a lot of shots, Pete, and when Cale McLean gets shots, eventually they're going to go in. He has 19 goals this year.
Well, I saw him downstairs earlier tonight, and I said, Cale, you're bending your stick. He had the torch on it. He was playing with the hook of his stick, and he said, I want to get the puck higher tonight. I want to shoot higher. So he was heating it and bending it so the top of the blade was open, so his shots would get up a little higher. He said, I feel better when I shoot high. I think I could do a better job of picking the upper corners.
Williams lets it go, but it's wide, and Kowalski will get there first. Here is Rick Kowalski. Rick wide pass for Taylor, and he lets it go. What a hard shot, and going to his knees is Lenzik to hold on. I'll tell you, Taylor can let him go with the best of them.
And that time, Vince Williams was right there with him stride for stride, but Taylor just fought off the check and let a beautiful slap shot go. He's going to get this pass right at the blue line. Notice Williams gets his stick on the shot, but to no avail. Didn't slow it up at all. Rod Taylor's shot was a bullet. Great save.
Taylor already has a hat trick this year against the Titans. The shots, 20-8 in favor of the Admirals through 2 periods. Titans have picked it up a little bit here in period number 2, Pete.
But they haven't picked up the good scoring chances, 1 or 2, and when they had those chances, Jan Losick has come up big.
You hated to see Mader take the penalty when they had a 2-man advantage.
That was a killer.
Yeah, it was. 7:17 to go in this second period, and the puck rolls into the Hampton Roads end, and there is an icing. Well, Losick hasn't really been tested. Only facing 8 shots so far tonight.
He had to come up big with that one save earlier here in the second period, and he did a fine job.
Well, not a lot of cheering going on right now for the Titans fans as they realize their team has struggled here tonight. That man's team, John Brophy, has been very physical when they've gone to the net. And they've scored 2 power play goals in the first period, and that's where we stand here in the second. With 7:06 to go, 2-0, and we have a whistle. And I think we're going to get a cross-check.
I'm not sure. It might be Dave Risk going to the box.
Either that or Bob Thornton. And it's going to be Bob Thornton as he skates to the near penalty box.
What a nice job done by the Admirals. They actually took their player away from the area so he wouldn't retaliate and get another penalty.
There's Louis Bedard. You know, when he was in Tallahassee, he became their all-time penalty minute leader. In just 3 years, he averaged 265 minutes a season.
And last year, he led the ECHL with 29 major penalties.
He already has 182 minutes, not counting his fight tonight. He'll mix it up with you, no doubt about it.
He just has that tough man face.
Well, the penalty minutes are almost even. You know, we say that the Titans usually give up a lot of power plays, but the minutes are about even, and they had at least 4 power play chances and haven't been able to convert.
36 minutes is a lot of penalty minutes.
Yeah, we're only in the second period. Admirals with a puck. Ackerman lets it go. Blocked nicely by Cale McLean, who is slow to get up. Here comes Williams one-on-one. Rolls it to the net, and it goes wide. Can Keith keep it in? No, he can't. Cam White has to go back and pick it up.
That was actually Masters who blocked that shot, and he would have had a breakaway. If not, the shot hurt him so much, he crawled back to the bench.
Admirals, 2 for 4 on a power play with 3 shots. Both power play goals giving them a 2-0 lead. And here they're putting the pressure on even. Well, with a power play here, still 1:09 left in this Tragic Energy power play. Pateri with the puck. Rolls it behind the net. Puck just pops straight up. Titans can't clear. Chad Ackerman rolls it into the corner. Dominic Maltese will get there. Leaves it for Pateri behind the net. Run off by Williams. And Cam White will clear.
Well, coming into tonight's game, their power play was at 20% for the Admirals. And tonight, 2 out of 3 puts them 66% for tonight's effort. They're doing an outstanding job every time they have the man advantage.
John Parko rolls it across the line. They try to throw it right in front. Kowalski just missed his man. And who else? Rod Taylor. Taylor in the far corner. Gives up for Parko. Back to the point. Here is Sheriffs. Gives it back for Parko, who centers. Oh, nice job by the Titans to break it up. Jesse Bolaris comes in one-on-one, trying to force the action. Takes Sheriffs behind the net, ties him up, goes down on the heap. Play continues, but here is Trembecki. And now Risk takes the shot. It goes up in the air. The goaltender holds on for a moment. Vlasic held on just long enough. The power play is over. But here's a giveaway at the blue line. Trembecki lets it go, and it just goes off the glove of Vlasic. And now the Titans throw it back in, and it goes behind the net. Well, they're keeping the pressure on here. Thornton being held in the slot. No call.
But again, Mick, did you see where our official was? J.P. Zubek saw only the front. We can see from up here that the Hamptons player had his jersey. He was actually pulling it. It was stretched about a foot behind, but no call.
2-0. 4:37 to go in the second period. Hampton Roads still out front. Stay with us on CNA. As we come back, you see Jan Vlasic pitching a shutout tonight. The Slovakia native, 5th in the league in goals against average. He's definitely an NHL prospect. The best part about it, he's only 20 years old.
Wow. And in fact, earlier this year, he was named the star of the game in the 4-2 win over the Titans back on January 28th. He's played an outstanding game tonight and all year.
He was a starter in the ECHL All-Star game for the Northern Conference. He has stood tall between the pipes tonight. Here comes Mike Hall, who's going to roll it in. Hall off his footing, gets back up. Leaves it for Cale McLean. He's going to try to stuff her. Vlasic closes the door again. Bedard run off by Cam White. The fans like that. Titans want to clear. They try to get it ahead to McLean. And this will be an icing, or are we going to get a penalty too? Bedard's going to go for a trip, I think.
The icing was waved off, but as soon as it was touched by the Hampton player, official blew the whistle. And again, no stranger to that part of the rink. Louis Bedard's going to sit another 2 minutes. He can't believe it.
That'd be 189 minutes this year if my calculations are correct for Bedard as he goes to the box.
He came into the game with 182. This is his 7th of the evening.
Well, not much of a trip, but he did clip him.
What, it was a leg-to-leg trip. Those are dangerous. Those are the ones you don't expect. Whenever you stick your leg wider than the width of your body, as he did right there, and take out the skate or the leg of your opponent, you have to call that penalty.
So Bedard is off. Here is another power play opportunity for the Trenton Titans.
And boy, this is big with just 4 minutes remaining here in the second period.
The Titans get a goal. It's a different game. They need one right now. Mater is out there with Trembecki, Keith, McLean, and Hall. That's the 5 on the ice for the Titans, and the Titans can't keep it in.
Titans are not doing a good job. Once they gain the zone, once they have control in the Admiral zone, they have to do a better job of controlling the puck and making that good first pass.
Well, across the line, and it is dumped back in where Lenzik will save it. Looks like the penalty clock got a late start. That's that home ice advantage, Pete.
Well, they keep it also with a stopwatch down there, so they'll correct it at the first stop of play.
Trembecki gives up for Bertoli. Now here is Keith, fakes the drive, gives to McLean, walks on in, and well, that went high. Maybe he has too much of a curve on that stick. Mater behind the net. Throws it right out in front. Here is Bertoli, the one-timer. Went wide. Russell keeps it on its way to the near board. Bertoli gets there first. Bertoli plays deck with Trembecki. Jeff Trembecki holds, lets it go, and there's the glove save by Lasik, and Jan Lasik holds on.
Mater was in front. He was trying to create some trouble in front, but the shot was too easy. It was direct. There was no screen in front of Lasik, and he was able to make the easy save. Here we see from the same view Lasik sees, the shot was easy right into his chest, and he was able to hold on for the whistle. You see Cassidy there telling the players, go to the net, make your move. You have to create your chances. You can't stand around.
The book on Lasik, too, is if you put pressure on him, sometimes he'll back up a little far and give you a better angle to shoot at. You got to kind of push him back into his own net. He has the propensity to back up. That's the book on him. Now Bertoli has the puck, almost broken up by Parrish. Trembecki holds along the glass, and now goes out front for Keith. Here's his drive. It's knocked down in front. And Keith won't be able to keep it in. Jerry Keith back to center ice. Trembecki winds it around. They're hoping to set up Cale McLean, who might get there first, and he does. Sends it back to the point. Here is Trembecki's drive. Didn't get good wood on it. And now it is Mater behind the net.
Trembecki actually broke his stick on the shot. That's why. And unfortunately now we're going to get a penalty coming up to Bertoli, I believe.
Well, it's a delayed call as it's finally touched up by Trembecki with 2:17 to go, and with 14 seconds left in the power play, it's virtually over. We're going to get a hold call, and it's going to go against Scott Bertoli. 17:43 time of the penalty.
This time Bertoli just a little over anxious, knowing that it was getting to the end of the power play. They were losing their good chance. He just reached out and grabbed the Hampton player.
Still, the Titans are hurting themselves, Pete. They had a 2-man advantage that they kind of wasted away when Mater took a penalty, and now Bertoli takes one. I know there was only 14 seconds left, but hey, you fight for every second you can on a man advantage.
Absolutely, but the good thing is, as bad as they're playing, one shot can pull them within one goal of this game.
That's true. The face-off is controlled by the Titans. They regroup with the final 2:13 before hitting his second period. Here comes Cam White. Shoots it from late to the ice. Adams gets there first. Loses it from Maltese. 1:45 power play here for the Hampton Roads Admirals. Oh, they had Maltese cruising down the slot. Just missed him. Now, Dominic Maltese gets there, sends it back to the point. Here comes Adams with one goal tonight, throws it in front. It tipped up and over the net. And the Titans shoot the puck into the Hampton Roads bench. The faceoff should come back inside the zone.
Goaltender Taras Lenzik. He's on top of his game tonight as he's playing real well. Gerard Adams, a Saskatchewan native, looking for his second goal of the season.
Well, actually, he got his second goal. They gave it back to him.
That's right, they did earlier tonight.
That one that Taylor allegedly deflected in, they gave it back to Adams. 1:35 to go here in this second period. Harris lends it, moves it behind the net. Titans try to clear. Adams keeps it in. Kowalski is a sharpshooter. Throws it back to the point. Kowalski's got a big drive if he elects to take it. Breaks toward the net. Adams finds Ackerman. And now Taylor. Yeah, Kowalski and Taylor out there. Good things are going to happen. Here is a big save, and Kowalski hits the goaltender, Paris Lenzik, as he skates through the crease.
But that was innocent. He was just coming through the area as he was timing the shot, and he got squeezed in and tried to jump over Lenzik.
Another look at this one, Pete. Pretty good shot from the point, and right at the end, there is Kowalski making contact.
Kowalski, a big boy, 6'4", over 200 pounds, likes to go to the net, does a good job of creating all of that work in front of the net.
And a good shot by Chad Ackerman at the point as well. Like you said, Hampton Roads has put the puck on net. 21-12 the shots on goal. 1:04 to go here in this second period. Still 43 seconds left in the man advantage, and Lenzik will hold on again and force another face-off.
Well, that time Chad Ackerman letting the shot go from the point, but that time it was high. And a shot like that doesn't do you any good, because if a player were to redirect that, the whistle would blow because it's over the height of 4 feet.
Well, the one thing we can say is guys like Cam White have been clearing people out of the crease a little bit more here in period number 2.
But it's not easy. They're paying the price. Both the defensemen for the Titans as well as the forwards for the Admirals are getting beat up pretty well in front of the net.
Keith and Parko on the draw. Keith actually won it, but the Admirals had the puck. Here is Taylor. Back to Sheriff. Almost out of the zone. Finds Gillis on a cross-ice pass. Gillis has a goal tonight. That came in the first period to open the scoring this evening. Kowalski gives up now for Parko. Back for Gillis at the point. Crosses for Sheriff. Lets it go. Save made by Lenzik, but it comes back to the point. Now Taylor has it. Tries to find Kowalski. Puts it on his backhand. Goes to the forehand. Rick wide pass. Back to Kowalski. 3 seconds left in the man advantage. Sheriff lets it go. Oh, the puck's right in front. The follow-up goes off the stick of Paris Lenzik, and the puck comes out of the zone.
Tough save by Lenzik right there at the end as the puck was going left to right. He was just able to get the right side of his leg pad down and make that save.
4 seconds to go, and time will wind out. So we have played 2 periods here. The Titans pick it up a little bit. Some good saves by Paris Lenzik in this second period, but still, Coach Brophy's team leads this one by the score of 2-0 as we have played 40 minutes here at Sovereign Bank Arena tonight.
Well, again, a few more shots for the Titans. They ended the first period with 3. They now have 12, so they picked up 9, but they have to do a little stronger for the third period.
Well, now's your opportunity to experience all of the action and excitement from the best seats in the house at New Sovereign Bank Arena. You can become an Inner Club Circle member today and enjoy a host of special amenities. You have the opportunity to see every variety event, family show, and also hockey action here at Sovereign Bank Arena. For more information about Sovereign Bank Arena's exclusive club seats, contact the Premium Seating Department at 609-656-3207. Let's go downstairs now to Ken Adelberger. Ken.
Thanks very much, Mick. Coach, finally saw a little bit more offense from Trenton there. Got to see your goaltender a little bit. What makes Jan Lasik at age 20 seem to be more mature beyond those years?
He's one of these guys that has played a lot of hockey from the time he was very young in Czechoslovakia, and he's played in world tournaments, and he's got exposed to great hockey, or good hockey, and the best of juniors when he was very young, and he's just a good player.
Bona fide NHL prospect. What's the timetable on?
Same as him, I know, a couple of years. He's the same as Amidowski here. They're both the best 20-year-olds in hockey right now. That's goaltender.
Thanks, John, very much. There you go, Jan Lasik. A little bit more activity that period, guys, but Trenton's still down by a pair, guys.
All right, thanks very much, Ken Adelberger. Well, Titan fans in full force tonight. It's a sellout crowd. They need to crank things up. Hockey for the next millennium. The Trenton Titans 2000, why not? But right now, they trail Hampton Roads by a score of 2-0. Stay with us on CNA. We'll be back in a moment.
Travel provided by U.S. Airways, offering Envoy class to Europe. U.S. Airways premium transatlantic service designed for the business traveler, featuring comfortable sleeper-style seats and personalized service. U.S. Airways to Europe.
CN8's got mail.
big games live on CN8. Don't miss it every Tuesday and Friday evenings at 11 as the winning numbers are drawn for one of the biggest lotteries in the country, and the winner could be you. That's the big game jackpot drawing live every Tuesday and Friday nights at 11, only on CN8. Brought to you by Clean Air New Jersey. Clean Air New Jersey, so we'll all breathe easier.
CN8's got mail.
CN8 Sports Talk is all about the games that you're watching at the vet, where the team you're rooting for at Camden Yards. It's talking Yankee baseball, or Mets, or the Giants, or the Sixers, or Flyers. Sports Talk on CN8 talk your games and your teams. And best of all, you get to talk back, because CN8 is connected to you. Is this a cool network or what?
Sports Talk, weeknights at 10, sponsored by Meadowlands Racetrack, home of the world's greatest harness action.
Tonight's second intermission is brought to you by U.S. Airways, the official airline of the Trenton Titans. After 2 periods, it's still 2-0. Hampton Roads will scoreless 20 minutes. But now let's swing downstairs to Ken Adelberger, who's standing by with Mike Hall of the Titans.
Very much. We're with the team assist leader, team captain, tied for the scoring lead. Mike Hall is with us. And Mike, I was looking up and down the roster, and there have been like some 34, 35 guys that have played on the team this year. I guess that's by nature the way the Coast League goes. Guys are in the lineup, guys are called up, shuffled in and out. How difficult has that made it on you guys?
Well, it can be difficult at times. You know, we had some goaltending where Bouillard's going called up, and we're looking for new goalies. But, you know, the core players have been here most of the year, so it's just been, you know, basically a few guys coming in and fill some roster spots and some role-playing positions, so it hasn't been too difficult.
You guys kind of rally around a guy like Murphy or Amidovsky or whatever when they do get the call up, and that kind of give everybody a little glimmer of hope down here that they might get the call sometime?
Well, definitely, especially when you see Mark Murphy gets the chance to go up and actually and does well, putting some points up and playing well. I think he's going to stick for the season, so definitely, you know, it shows, hey, he did really well down here, gets called up, and he's doing well up there, so it's good to see.
Talk about points. You certainly have put the points up yourself, too. 40 points at this stage of the season. Are you happy with the way things have gone for you offensively?
Pretty much. You know, I still wish my numbers were a little bit higher, but, you know, I've had a few injuries and they've nagged me all year, but no excuse. But, you know, all in all, I'm pretty happy with the way I've played and with the team.
I remember just kind of sitting around and we were talking in the beginning of the year who was going to lead this team offensively. It was going to come down to you, and it was going to come down to Cale McLean. Now, certainly other guys have stepped up and have kind of stolen some of that responsibility from you. Has that made it easier for you?
It definitely has. You know, you can't expect a few guys to carry the workload every game, and it's nice to see the Jed Whitchurches and the Mark Murphys and the Bertolis, you know, taking some of that weight off your shoulders and putting the pucks in the net, because for a team to be successful, you need more than just 1, 2, 3 guys going.
And is that surprising to you? I mean, you're talking first-year guys. These are first-year pros fresh out of college.
You know, not really, because, you know, they've had all the opportunity to be successful, and when Bruce has given the opportunity to them, they've been successful, and they've put the numbers up, so it hasn't really surprised me at all.
What ultimately then, maybe I'll rephrase that, what has been, I mean, you've been at the coast level for a couple years now, you've seen guys come and go. First-year franchise, having some success this year on the playoff bubble, but nonetheless, what has surprised you? What has enabled this team to come together like they have so quickly?
I don't know. You know, nothing's really surprised me too much. We have a young bunch of guys that, you know, have worked really hard. We've kind of bonded together as the year progressed, and you know, we've just stuck together and battled through some up and down plateaus and just, you know, started winning, and hopefully it'll continue into the playoffs.
Quickly, you want to talk playoffs, take me through like the next 20 games. What do you guys got to do to hit that plateau?
Well, we definitely have to, you know, at least we definitely have to start winning on the road. You know, we've gone into the Hampton roads. We haven't been able to come out with a win there, but, you know, we have Richmond tomorrow night, and we have some tough road games, Peoria, Roanoke. We have to come out of those at least 500 if we're going to go on into the playoffs.
Mike, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And we will be back with much more from Sovereign Bank Arena. It's intermission time when we return. The ECHL scoreboard and much more. Stay tuned. You're watching Titans Hockey here on CN8.
Have you ever wondered what an echo looks like? There's an echo out there.
basketball, Big East, MAC, A10, and all your favorite teams. They'll be banging the boards, slamming the jams, working the floor, and rocking the fans.
What Mama said.
It's exciting Hoops Heaven action, and you've got it on CN8. Tuesday night, one of the fiercest rivalries in America unfolds as Penn visits Princeton. The battle starts at 7:30. Hoops Heaven is brought to you in part by Power Direct.
Y'all hear what Mama said.
It's Your Call on CN8 is all about the explosive headlines you read this morning in Jersey City. Or it's about the controversial news item you heard in your car on the school call. Or the hot story you debated at lunch at the Inner Harbor. Those are the stories we talk about on CN8's It's Your Call. But best of all, you get to talk back because CN8 is connected to you. Is this a cool network or what?
It's Your Call, weeknights at 8.
Two first-period power play goals for the Hampton Roads Admirals have held up through 40 minutes of play. They have a 2-0 lead over the home-standing Trenton Titans. And welcome back, everyone, to our intermission studios. I'm your host, Ken Adelberger. Time to bring you up to date on the ECHL scoreboard tonight. 11 other games on the docket. The ECHL scoreboard is brought to you by the Trenton Orthopedic Group, the official orthopedic group of the Trenton Titans. Well, one of those teams that Mike Hall just said that the Titans have to catch up to and try and beat the Peoria Rivermen are in a 2-2 tie thus far in the first period against the Arkansas Riverblades. The Riverblades are the worst team in the league this year. The Greenville Growl have won 2 in a row, looking to make it 3, and they're looking pretty good so far. The Augusta Lynx struggling thus far. Augusta Lynx, thinking Masters, Augusta National. Yeah, they are down there too. The grass is growing nice, but Greenville is looking very green right now. 2-0 in the first intermission. PD, the Pride, have a league low 9 losses. They've won 2 straight. They're in Birmingham tonight, scoreless in the first period. They are Roanoke. They lost last night in Tallahassee. They are taking on the Florida Everblades tonight. The Everblades have won 4 straight. They have the best record in the Southeast Division. They are indeed all juiced up right now. It is 1-1. They are through 1 period of play. The Dayton Bombers and the Johnstown Chiefs, they are knotted at 1 in the second period. And as we mentioned in our first intermission, the Bombers have certainly had their way with the Chiefs overall in the all-time meetings between those two teams. Mississippi and Louisiana. They are in a Southwest Division battle going on right now. Louisiana on top in that division with 59 points. Mississippi is 11 back, 1-0. Ice Gators on top in the initial period, the first period of play. Mobile, the Mystics, they have won, so they've inched closer to the 200 goals for mark. They've got 197, looking for another 3 spot. They'll be the first team to have 200 goals scored this season, taking on the Pensacola Ice Pilots, who have won just 3 of their last 10 games. The Jackson Bandits, all even, 21-21 overall, 12-12 at home, 9-9 on the road. They're on the road tonight. They got a 2 spot against the Renegades, who, ouch, have lost 3 straight, bidding to make it 4. That is good news for Trenton Titan fans. Charlotte Checkers and South Carolina Stingrays. Right now it is the Checkers with a 2-0 lead in the first period of play. Jacksonville, the Lizard Kings, and Tallahassee Tiger Sharks. The Tiger Sharks have won 2 straight. They've got the 1-goal lead in this one, 3-2. A lot of goal scoring in that one. 5 goals. They're in the second period of play. Jacksonville is winless in their last 3. Rounding out the scoreboard tonight, Toledo 3-1 over Wheeling. The Storm leads the Nailers by 6 points for last place in the Northwest Division. That is a look at a busy, busy night in the ECHL tonight, brought to you by the Trenton Orthopedic Group. Time to take a look at the Molson Cup standings to see which one of the Titans, or which 5 Titans actually, are leading in the points race. And at the end of the year, whichever Titan wins the Molson Cup standing is going to have to split that case of beer with the entire crew. So that's good news around here. Mark Murphy, who, well, right now he's playing with Wilkes-Barre Scranton, still leads the way with 21 points. Hujar Amadovsky, he's up with the Phantoms right now, just 3 points behind. Cale McLean, Scott Bertoli, Jed Whitchurch. Whitchurch tied with Mike Hall for the team scoring lead, each coming in with 40 points tonight. Mater and Steve Valaket rounding out the Molson Cup standings. Well, they're partying here at Sovereign Bank Arena, jumping up and down. I don't know why. 2-0. The Hampton Road Admirals have the lead after 40 minutes of play. When we return, Nick and Peter will have all the highlights and analysis of that second period. A better period it was for the Titans when we return. You're watching Trenton Titans hockey right here on CN8.
You enter the financial world in search of a secure future. Instead, you find chaos and confusion. The possibilities are overwhelming. Fortunately, there is a beacon in this complex world. For comfort instead of confusion, come to the mountain called First Union. Or if you prefer, the mountain will come to you.
Children are our most precious gift, yet we allow them to suffer. Thousands are dying each day from hunger and disease, and you can do something. You can save one child. Call Christian Children's Fund and help save one needy child through your love and generosity for just 80 cents a day. The number's on your screen. Ask for a picture of a child you can sponsor. There's a child out there you can help. Please call now.
We have played 2 periods here at Sovereign Bank Arena. Still, it's 2-0 Hampton Roads over the Trenton Titans. Well, once again, Pete Caggiano, the Titans did pick things up a little bit in period number 2. You see all the signatures there. We talk about hockey from the new millennium. Maybe that'll be a collector's item with all these Trenton Titans signatures. Some guys are moving up, no doubt about that.
Well, they're trying to cheer this team on. They're trying to get this team going. They played a little better in the second period, picked up their shots on goal, picked up their chances, but they still have a long road ahead of them with 20 minutes and 2 goals down.
Well, let's take a look at some of the highlights as the Titans did outshoot Hampton Roads in that second period, 9-6. And you'll see Jed Whitchurch putting the puck on net right from the doorstep.
That's a great opportunity. That was on the power play. Great save by Losick on that play.
And then they're still mixing it up right in front. You'll see the Titans put it on in a cage, and Jerry Keefe kind of mixing things up ready at the end of the play.
Well, that's what happens when you go to the net. Sometimes it gets a little physical, and Keefe paying the price right there.
But notice the concentration by Losick as he has been able to close the door tonight.
Well, he sees the shot all the way from the point, goes down, uses the big pads, makes the save, but what's even better, he directs the rebound in the corner.
Well, the shots are getting a little closer. It's 22-12 at this point, and then from there on out, things pretty even, but it's been the power play. 0 for 5 for the Titans, and 2 power play goals tonight for Hampton Roads.
Hampton, 2 out of 6. 0 for 5 for the Titans, but they have not been complete power plays. They have not been full 2-minute power plays. They've been chipped away because of the way the situation's worked out, but that's an area definitely the Titans have to improve.
We'll see if they can in period number 3. The Titans trail by a score of 2-0. We'll come back with the third period in just a moment, so stay with us right here on CN8. The Admiral fans, they like what they see so far tonight. Stay with us.
What do you think about John Rocker, the baseball player with the great big mouth? Should he be suspended from baseball, or did he just make a rookie mistake? Let us know what you think.
That's tonight on It's Your Call with Lynn Doyle at 8 o'clock. Then it's your turn to ask the doctor on CN8 On Call.
It's one of the leading cancer killer of men, prostate cancer. When should you get a checkup? Join us and find out.
That's tonight on CN8 On Call at 9 o'clock.
Are you a hopeless romantic? Do you want to know if love is in your future? Monday on CN8's Family Talk at 7, everyone's favorite psychic, Barbara Mackey, will be here for our Valentine's Day special. She'll take your calls and let you know if Cupid's arrow is aimed at you.
You're going to be madly in love. He wears glasses. He's very studious, but he's a wild man.
Join us to find out how wild your future is on this Valentine's Day special.
That's tonight's Family Talk at 7 on CN8.
Are you tired of trash TV and news you can't use? I'm Steve Adubato. Join me as I go one-on-one with authors, actors, journalists, CEOs, and sometimes politicians, people who make a difference. One-on-one, I'll ask the questions that you want answered.
Go one-on-one with Steve Adubato, 5 nights a week, Sunday through Thursday at 11 on CN8, and meet the people who make a difference. One-on-one with Steve Adubato is sponsored by PSE&G, Seton Hall University, First Union National Bank, and the CIT Group.
Welcome back, everyone. 2-0 after 2 periods, getting ready for the third. We're outside the Titans locker room with the head coach, Bruce Cassidy. Bruce, a better second period. Sense a lot of frustration through the first 40 minutes from your standpoint, particularly on the power play. What's happening?
Well, certainly the first 20 minutes. That period, we've tried a new setup. It worked well for us in Hampton on Tuesday. Tonight, it's not happening for us. I mean, we're trying to look for Cale McLean, and he's had a couple of chances, one off the post, one wide, but the other guys aren't shooting enough if they take him away. But hopefully, we can get going 5-on-5. We're not creating anything on the forecheck. Their defense are having an easy time of it. So hopefully this period will put a little pressure on them and get it started 5-on-5. And if we do get a power play, then obviously, we have to capitalize this period or it's not going to happen.
Get the goal early. They say a 2-goal lead is the hardest one to protect. Back upstairs, guys.
All right, thanks very much. The interview brought to you by First Union, as is tonight's game. First Union, let us be your guide to the financial world. Tonight's game also brought to you by your local Tri-State Toyota dealer. Toyota, real values every day. And by U.S. Airways, the official airline of the Trenton Titans. Once again, Hampton Roads hanging on to 2 power play goals in the first period, one from Ryan Gillis, the other from Jared Adams, as they lead it by a score of 2-0 as we are set for period number 3.
Coach Cassidy mentioned going to try to increase the forecheck, going to try to put a little pressure on the defensemen of the Admirals, not let them get out of their zone so easy, hopefully create some turnovers, create some opportunities right from the beginning.
As we mentioned earlier tonight, as you get a good look at Paris Lenzik, who has been beaten on 2 power play goals tonight, and that is all. But the Titans are 2-0 this year at home against Hampton Roads. Hampton Roads 4-0, and they're building against the Titans, and they're trying to get one better. Here's Coach Brophy's team here tonight. Well, when after 2 periods and the Admirals lead, they are 16-0-1. The Titans trail, they are 2-16-1. So if things go true to form, the Titans go home losers, but that's why you still play the third period.
Well, they know they have a tough road ahead of them, but they also know that coming into tonight, they have won 5 in a row here at home, 11 of their last 12. They do play well on home ice. 20 minutes, let's see if they can do it again.
Well, we have seen comebacks here at Sovereign Bank Arena. Hall, Bertoli, and McLean out there, and well, the first thing goes right. They win the face-off as Williams is back there with Cam White, and that's the 5 on the ice to start period number 3 for the Trenton Titans. Forechecking, takes it away. Here's up for Kowalski, who comes across the line. The near circle, back in front, and Lenzik makes a sliding save. Wow, Parko right on the doorstep on a great return pass from Kowalski.
You look for saves that can be the save of the game. That is definitely one right there. Can you imagine going down 3-0 just a minute, even 20 seconds into the third period? Great play by Lenzik right there. He anticipated, went down with the pads, and stopped Parko dead on.
Wow. So Lenzik comes up big in the first, 19 seconds of the first period. Now Parko's thrown out of the face-off circle as Rod Taylor comes on to take the draw against Bertoli. Titans in control with Mike Hall. Hall comes across the line, carries to neutral ice. Williams will shoot it in. Hall goes right to the net. Ackerman plays forward, and here comes Rick Kowalski. Great fly pass for Taylor, who gets there first on the far boards. Kowalski will have it behind the net. Blows it right out in front, and the only man there is Cam White. There comes Bertoli. Odd man rush. There'll be a line change for the Trenton Titans. Omicelli, 3 game-winning goals against the Titans this year. Full head of steam, comes across the line. Omicelli takes the shot, and there's the save by Paris Lenzik.
Omicelli getting up a real good wrist shot there. He worked the puck right and left with his stick back and forth, and then got a great wrist shot off. Lenzik had to be quick with the pads.
The puck comes back behind the Trenton net. Likit Andersson has it. Ridden off by Pateri. Jed Whitchurch will pick it up. Whitchurch throws into the Admirals end. Taken off his stick by Whitchurch to Keith. Keith moves it back. Shot, save, and they hold pulled off the shot by Trebecki. Let's go downstairs to Ken.
Thanks very much, Mick. With President and General Manager Brian McKenna of the Trenton Titans. Brian, it's not too silly and out of the realm of possibility. Start thinking about next year already. You guys have done that. How are you planning on bringing the NHL to Trenton?
Well, we've got a preseason game here in September, on September 14th between the Flyers and the Islanders. We're very excited about that. It's the first opportunity for Trenton fans, Mercer County fans, to be able to see NHL hockey in this beautiful facility. So we're excited about that. Should be a great evening.
And you'll be rooting for?
Well, right now we're split, but we're just hoping to see a great hockey game, and I'm sure we will.
How about maybe a tie? Back upstairs, guys.
Well, Ken, they're both affiliates. Hey, they can't root for anybody. Here's a turnaround shot, and Masters has it kicked out by Lossick. Well, Lossick continues to be tough against the Titans.
Lossick really showing why he's one of the top goaltenders in the league. 2 great saves, one just before the whistle and one right there. Outstanding.
Kowalski has the puck at center ice. Headman's ahead to Bobby Russell. Russell been kind of quiet tonight. Along the far boards, ridden off by Kelsey. There was Bedard throwing his weight around with Masters as they all jam in there and try to tie up the puck. Bedard kicks it free. It'll be picked up here by Etienne Drapeau. Now Bedard goes back in the corner with Russell for it. Bedard keeps things moving along. Masters kicks it ahead. It's going to be picked up by Williams, who takes a hit from Drapeau, but play continues. Here comes Jesse Bolaris. Broken up right at the line. Titans just dumping in where Gillis will go back and pick it up. Parko comes across the line. Has a man open, and Taylor just missed him. Taylor recenters the puck, and McLean has a weak backhander that doesn't get out of the zone. Now he does. Gives the head to Mike Hall. Leaves for Bertoli. Comes across the line. Takes the shot. Flutters wide. Likit Andersson can't keep it in as he overskates. Now here's Bertoli. Swing in the slot. Shot, score! The first poke came from McLean, and I think Hall tipped it in, and it looked like he kind of one-timed it with his stick and then lost the handle of the stick, but it still goes in the net.
Boy, is this a big goal for the Titans. They needed to score a goal here early in the third period to get themselves back into the game, and that's exactly what they did. Good work all around. Likit Andersson from the point does a nice job keeping it in, but watch the first shot there by McLean, and then Hall just whacks at it while it's in midair and does a fine job putting the puck behind Lossick. There we take another look at it from on top. The celebration begins for the Titans. They've gotten one back. Now they're just 1 goal away from tying this game up.
The goal by Mike Hall is his 12th of the season. Now the Titans just 1 goal away with plenty of time. 16:20 to play here in this third period. Trebecki gets the puck to Jed Whitchurch. Plays ahead for Key. Titans broken up at center ice. And they roll it in behind the net. Mike Hall did get credit for the goal. 12th of the year from Cale McLean and Bertoli at 3:31. Likit Andersson trying to keep things in at the point and does. Rolls it toward Lossick, who makes the save. And now Maltese gets it to center ice. Titans just dump it right back in. Again, it's a 2-1 game as the Titans score early here in period number 3 to close it with just a 1-goal differential.
Now, Mick, how big was that save by Taras Lenzik 19 seconds into the third period here?
Absolutely. Well, Maltese goes to the bench, shaking his head as the Admirals know they're in a game again. Mike Hall's 12th of the year at 3:31, once again from Cale McLean and Bertoli. And Bertoli continues on his toured pace. He now has points in 17 of his last 18 games.
And also credit Cale McLean for getting a quick shot off from just outside the circle.
Russell has a shot go wide. Harris will keep him with the point. But here come the Titans, a 2-on-2 if they hurry. Develops into a 3-on-3. Across the line, they roll it ahead. Reese upended and upended once again as play comes back the other way. Here's Russell. Shot, saved, Lenzik. So Lenzik with a big save. Russell kicks it right back in on goal, and Chris Masters will corral it.
Good job by Risk, the Morristown native, to force Russell wide. Did not get a shot off from a good angle. An easy save for Taras Lenzik.
John Parko backhands it for Taylor, who will get there first. Taylor throws it right out in front. Kowalski has it go off his stick. Now Taylor tries to poke it in, and now the follow-up by Parko, and they say he score. They're going to call it a goal, I believe. It looked like Lenzik had control of it, but then it squirted through him, and the light went on.
Mick, I don't know how this shot went in. Like you, I thought Lenzik had the save. Parko made the first save. It came out and somehow just trickled through. There's the backhand. He makes the save. Oh, good second effort right there as we see it squirm right underneath Taras Lenzik. Good work all around here by the Admirals. Nice pressure from behind the net. You can see the first save, and then the second one just trickles through as Lenzik made the first save with his chest but couldn't hold on the rebound.
So Parko gets his 8th of the year, and just like that, goals each way, and it's once again a 2-goal advantage, 3-1. And here's a quick high shot over the net, and the Titans will pick it up on their own end. Kowalski picked up an assist. Here's Cale McLean ahead for home, and it went right through the crease. Once again, Titans trying to center a pass, and McLean was upended.
Well, ever since the Titans scored their first goal here in the third period, the game seemed to open up. The defensive tight checking that we saw in the second period went away, and both teams back and forth now exchanging good opportunities.
Well, Mike Hall, who had a pretty good chance, will skate to the bench, but Coach Brophy sees his team up again by 2, 3-1 on a goal by Parko from Taylor and Kowalski at 5:27. Face off just inside the Trenton end. Keith couldn't control it. Sheriffs will dump it in. Taras Lenzik moves it behind the net for Likit Andersson. Plays forward, but too far ahead, and Gillis, who had the opening goal tonight, will dump it right back in. Hampton Roads with a 3-1 lead. Here come the Titans. Jerry Keefe winds it around. Jed Whitchurch will get there first. Sends it back for Keefe, but it almost centered itself, coming right off from behind the net. 13:32 to play in the third period, and the Titans trail by 2. Sheriffs wants to come out. The center pass for Russell, and the play's offside.
Hampton has done a great job here coming back, taking the play away from the Titans. Just when you thought the momentum was going to change, just when you thought that first goal for the Titans to cut the lead 2-1 was going to put old Mo back on the side of the black and white. Not to be. Great job by the Admirals to take it away, to take control of this game again, and they're right back in the driver's seat.
Face off in the neutral zone, and Parrish controls it. Gives up. Oh, that shot goes right off the blocker and about 10 rows back. Good shot from just outside the blue line by Jared Adams, who was gunning for his second goal tonight.
That's the one you wish you get off the blocker and not off the arm. Hit you in the arm, it's going to hurt quite a bit. Take a look at Adams, who scored the first goal earlier tonight, his second of the season. He's a young fellow, only 22, from Saskatchewan, Canada.
Did have a chance to play up with Portland in the AHL a little bit this year, though. Well, most of these Hampton Roads players have had at least a cup of coffee at the next level.
And it could be because of John Brophy, his connection with the people at the next level, and also can be because of what he can teach these guys. He's been around a long, long time.
Well, Hampton Roads, one of the most successful ECHL franchises in what is their last year of existence. Here's Kowalski, keeps him in at the point, throws it right in front, and a big hand save by Lenzik. Now Taylor behind the net, he's dangerous there. Throws it right out in front, oh, it hit the post and nobody sees it. And finally, the Titans cover up.
Wow, that was awful close.
We'll take a timeout after that one. The Admirals lead the Titans 3-1 with 12:46 to go as the puck was left right on the doorstep and nobody home. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay with us right here on CNA.
It's Health Food Week all week long on CNH Let's Cook. Don't have time to make it to the gym? Then join Chef Paul Dillon in the kitchen weeknights at 6:30 for heart-healthy salads and soups, protein-rich salmon dishes, delicious low-fat vegetarian dishes, and more.
Now, while this simmers, you can break a sweat on the heavy bag.
Get the heart pumping all week long with the fitness chef Paul Dillon on Health Food Week, 6:30 weeknights on CNH Let's Cook.
Welcome back to Sovereign Bank Arena. Don't forget, Wednesday, March the 1st, the Titans will take on the Toledo Storm at 7:05. It's going to be a riveting Mardi Gras party, courtesy of WPST, and great tickets still remain. So give a call at 609-520-8383 and be there to help celebrate Mardi Gras with the Titans, courtesy of WPST. On the face-off, Mike Hall wins it. Likit Andersson has it. Bertoli got dumped right in the slot. Here comes Hall. Leaves it back for Bertoli. Goes by one man, but a little too far ahead, and Parrish just dumps it back to the red line, and now the Titans will dump it in. Ackerman leaves for Maltese. Anderson has it for the Titans. Gillis goes back, and notice Pete, the pace has picked up here with 12:21 to go.
But everybody's picking up their check. Wherever you see one player, you see an opponent.
But Terry with a drive, and holding on is the goaltender, Taras Lenzik.
Lenzik might be getting a little tired. That was the 29th shot on goal for Hampton.
Well, Terry goes to the bench. Had 4 points on the 30th against the Titans, as Lenzik, as you mentioned, has come up big. But still, it's 3-1 on the scoreboard.
Well, he's right on par to facing another 30 to 40 shots tonight.
That's right. Titans have the puck. Trembecki gave it away momentarily, and now Russell throws it behind the net. Kelsey keeps it on its way. Titans want to come out. Can't. Etienne Drapeau holds the puck, throws it right in the slot, and Bedard couldn't get a stick down. Bedard comes back to the neutral zone, picks it up, and just dumps it in. Hampton Roads wants a change, and they'll get one.
The Admirals tonight will be very happy just to take the puck, get over the red line, and dump it in just to kill the rest of this time.
Mater broken up at center ice, now picks it up, keeps it in the zone. The play's onside, but a nice stick check there is by Sheriff, and a quick whistle. The goaltender dropped the puck, but the whistle still blew, and holding on is Jan Lasek. He made the catch, then dropped the puck, and it was still free in the slot, but the whistle had already blown.
Most officials will give the goaltender the benefit of the doubt, but we're going to get a penalty here coming up to the Titans. Mike Mater is going to sit again. He's not happy with this call. This is the last thing the Titans want to happen, is a penalty against them.
Mater goes off for a trip at 8:38. And once again, another power play opportunity for Hampton Roads. And John Gould, our statistician, upset, throws his headset to the ground. John, take it easy.
Well, Mater came into the night with 103 penalty minutes leading the team, and he'll add a few more right now. Titans 0 for 5, Admirals 2 for 6. They would have put one in now. I think it might be the final nail in the coffin.
It could be. Ooh, almost a giveaway. The old Syracuse pass. You make that pass, you're on your way to Syracuse, right? And the Sheriff's almost stuck it in his own net. And here come the Titans. Down a man. Ball of wrist, keeping the pressure on, and Kelsey's going to get there first. And they'll dump it in.
Well, if there's any ray of hope here, the Admirals have given up 8 shorthanded goals this year to their opponents.
I think the Titans have only scored about 3 all year long. They'll dump it in. And Hampton Roads wants to come out of its own zone. Here comes Jared Adams. Sheriffs winds it around. Momicelli tries to keep it in. The Titans pick it up. Kept in at the point. Here comes Taylor. Going to take the one-timer, was blocked by Cam White. Throws it back to the point. Sheriffs has it. His drive goes wide. Adams will pick it up. Gives up for Maltese, and now to Omicelli. Mike Omicelli trying to get away from the stick work. Rolls it right in front for Taylor. Couldn't connect. All the way back to the point for Sheriffs. Now Dominic Maltese. Over here. Trying to throw it behind the net. Adams pinching in from the point. Gets there first. Here is Taylor. Straight away. Sheriffs fans on the drive and ball the rest will shoot at the length of the ice. Why Jesse maybe didn't skate it out himself, I don't know.
Good opportunity right there for the Admirals. They did a nice job working the puck all around. And it came time for the big shot, and he fanned.
23 seconds left in the man advantage. And Sheriffs had the big one-timer all teed up, and a former Princeton product never got the shot away.
Sporting a little sore there right above his lip where he took a stick the other night and had to take a few stitches. It's almost healed, he said.
There is Clash as he continues to work the crowd and press the flush.
See, and that's how you want to get the puck. Have somebody hand one to you. Whenever that puck jumps into the air, especially when you're in those lower seats, duck.
Maybe even the upper seats. You can still duck. Kowalski across the line, a blaze on side. Wants to throw right in front. It's tipped by the Titans defensively, and they're clear. Power play is going to end in 4 seconds, and it does right now. Kowalski. Rink wide pass for Bobby Russell. Tips it up in the air, carries across the line, ridden off the play by Risk, and here come the Titans. And Jerry Keefe runs into 3 white shirts. Hampton Roads doing a great job defensively of standing up with the blue line, Pete, and not allowing the Titans to carry in. Here's a shot, loose in the slot. Losick made the first save, but the Titans couldn't get the rebound.
And the other thing they're doing, Mick, they're bringing everybody back. All of the 3 forwards are coming back deep into the zone to help the defenseman.
That's the way you protect the 3-1 lead. Now this puck goes offside in the Trenton end.
Mick, you mentioned something earlier about this being the final season for the Hampton Roads Admirals. What's actually going to happen is the team is going to disband. The players will be dispersed in a draft to the other teams in the ECHL, and then they will be reformed in Atlantic City for the following season. So although we're right here in Trenton, just down the road, we're going to have another team. And Brophy, I'm not sure if he's going to go with the new club. He may not want to sit out a year. He may get involved with another ECHL team. Or who knows, maybe the NHL will come calling again.
Now here is Mike Hall across the line, trying to roll it in front of Bertoli, and it just went wide. Cal McLean will get there behind the net. No hand pass, as he didn't really forward the puck one way or the other. It's picked up, though, by the Admirals, and the linesman gets in the way, momentarily stops the play, and the Titans will dump it back in. Sheriffs behind the net. Hooks up with Bertoli. Comes all the way back to the point. Williams' drive goes off the blocker of Losick. Play continues. Here is Bertoli. Already has 1 assist tonight. Tries to get the puck to Hall, and now it comes free. Bertoli upended. No call. And the puck comes back to center.
Mick, the Titans can't be too fancy right now. Just a little over 7.5 to go. They have to put 2 goals in just to reach the shootout. They have to get over the blue line and just fire it.
Here comes Jesse Bolivis. Goes heavy in the corner. Gets the puck free, but it's going to be picked up by the Admirals. Sheriffs winds it around, and the puck comes all the way out, and there is an icing. 7:28 to go, and the Admirals still lead it by a score of 3-1 here in this 3rd period. But here's the sidebar, Pete. You know, you talk about Hampton Roads going to disband. There will be, allegedly, supposedly, there's going to be an AHL club down in the Norfolk, Virginia area next year. The only problem is they were going to play at the Scope, where Hampton Roads plays now, and they say, nope, that arena needs about $10 million of work to it, so we don't know if they're going to be ready to play or not.
Well, the Chicago Blackhawks want to put a AHL franchise into that building, but it's going to cost quite a few million to bring it up to AHL standards.
So the saga down there is going to continue. Ooh, right in the slot. The Titans see the puck come all the way up. The slot area, and Maltese comes back 2-on-2. Nice pass. Here is Taylor's shot. Big save. Lenzik holds on, and now the puck comes free again. But Taylor with another big opportunity.
Good save by Taras Lenzik, getting the big body right in front of that hard slap shot and made the save with his chest.
Hampton Roads will go back in their own end with Ackerman. Dominic Maltese has a pass deflected momentarily. And the Admirals will ice the puck. Well, Taras Lenzik coming up big just seconds ago. Keeping the Trenton Titans close in this one.
Taking a drink of water.
New Jersey Department of Health and Senior Services save of the game as Taras Lenzik comes up big, open behind him momentarily, but Lenzik makes the save. It's brought to you by the New Jersey Department of Health and Senior Services. Hockey's fun. The message to kids is serious. Don't get sucked in by smoking.
He has played very well tonight. He's made 28 saves.
31-19. The Admirals have had the upper hand. Oh, the puck almost squirts right in the crease area. Diving to make the save is Jan Lasic.
Well, this is the point of the game where the Titans have to throw caution to the wind. They have to put everything they have against Jan Lasic. They're down by 2, a little over 6 minutes remaining. You heard what Brophy said earlier about Lasic. He said he and guys like Bujar Amadovsky, 2 excellent NHL prospects. Right now, Boo playing with the Philadelphia Phantoms. Those are the guys you're going to see in the NHL in a couple of years.
Face-offs almost even tonight. Been a lot of them. 6:17 to go, and the Titans are down by 2. They've got to really start putting the pressure on as the face-off will come back down at the other end as the Admirals ice the puck.
Well, now what you see is you'll see defensemen pitching in a whole lot. You'll see forwards hanging closer. They're not going to come back as much. Doesn't matter if you give up another goal now. You must score 2.
Well, Coach Cassidy knows that time is ticking away, and we have seen him send a defenseman in from the point, pinch in. That means you only have one man back. But I think that's pretty much what's going to have to happen in the next minute or so. Got to put more shots on net, more people jamming in the crease area. Titans win the faceoff, and Keith tries to center it right off the faceoff, and it's finally cleared by Taylor, who almost hit the scoreboard. Cam White plays ahead for Jerry Keith. Sends the puck on its way behind the net where Lasic will give up to Sheriffs, who comes back the other way with it. Kowalski takes a look over his shoulder, sees White right there with him. White tries to tie up the play. It comes free. Here's Williams' shot. Oh, it just goes wide. Vince Williams with a pretty good shot from the point. And Taylor will clear the zone. White will get there first. There's Rick White almost hit the official, J.P. Zubik, and the crowd loved it.
What do you mean the crowd loved it?
Well, they did. You heard the cheer.
He has 1/3 of the pads on the players have on, and he's not expecting the puck to be shot at him.
Here is McLean trying to get a drive away and couldn't get a good shot on the puck as it was tipped on the way past. And there is a whistle, and I think we're going to have a penalty called, an elbowing coming up. Well, P.J. Zubik calls a penalty here, but he had to step lively as this shot almost catches up with him.
Jumping rope right there at the right side of your screen. Little hopscotch as it flies just past him.
Well, if the Titans are going to make hay, they have to do it now. A Trigen Energy power play is coming up as Jared Adams goes off with 5:12 to play. A 2-minute Trigen Energy power play for the Trenton Titans. They need a goal right here, Pete, no doubt about it.
And now they'll send both defensemen up. They have the one-man advantage. Besides the 3 forwards and the 1 defenseman, don't be surprised if you see all 5 guys within 20 feet of the net.
Well, here's where face-offs become so important as Adams goes off for elbowing at 14:48. Mike Hall is out there to take the draw against Materi. And they just threw him out of the circle. 0 for 5 on the power play for the Titans, and Bertoli will have to take this draw. And it's won by the Admirals, and they'll clear.
Now that'll take care of at least 15 to 20 seconds of the power play. Not the way you want to start.
Here comes Jerry Keith. Shoots it right off the boards. It almost centered itself. Titans send 3 men in. It's going to be picked up here by Rod Taylor. Goes Rick wide for Kowalski, who will take his time before he dumps it in the zone. He may try to skate it in himself. Now he's broken up. Oh, they're going to call a trip. They're going to call a trip, and I think Kowalski took the dive.
Well, I think it's going to be a high stick. Keith's stick came up and caught Kowalski just under the chin area. Keith is complaining. But you're going to see the stick ride up the shaft right there. Oop. The blade of the stick caught him. That's a good call.
So Keefe will go off for the high stick, and the power play is basically over for a while.
And actually, it's going to be a 4-minute. It's going to be a double minor as he got him right there on the chin. You see the trainer taking care of the blood.
Yeah, he took one for the team. Not only does he kill the power play, he gives himself, his team, a man advantage.
And they're going to put a little stuff on here to stop the bleeding. Don't be surprised if he doesn't come out and skate the second half of the power play.
So it'll be 4-on-4 for the next 128, and then you'll have a power play opportunity for the Hampton Roads Admirals. For the second time tonight, the penalties come back to haunt the Titans on the power play.
And they haven't been good penalties. You can see if they take a penalty because the other team has a scoring opportunity. That time it was just a careless use of the stick. It wasn't intentional to ride up high into the face area, but more than that, you have to be in control of the stick, and you can't allow that to happen, especially when you're on a power play.
And Keith's still arguing with the linesman for the penalty box, but it's obvious. He cut him. And if you cut him, you're going to go. Across the line, Ackerman's drive goes wide. Omicelli. Goes up for Gillis momentarily. It is picked up here by Tranbecki, and the Titans will skate it out. 2-on-2 if they hurt. Here comes Likit Andersson across the line. Has a shot. Gives up in a slot and didn't get a good pass, returning to Tranbecki. And the shot never came. .3:31 to go here in his third period. In the slot it goes, and Mader took a hack at it. And now Likit Andersson will pick it up at center ice.
This is 4-on-4 opportunity here, so a lot of open ice. You're going to see the quicker skaters make an advantage of what they can do.
Likit Andersson goes rink wide. Nobody's there. Mader tries to run his man off the play and now sends it back to his own blue line. Here's the Trigen Energy power play for the next 2:27 for the Hampton Roads Admirals. And they lead it by a score of 3-1. Kowalski tries to center, it goes right through the slot as Taylor tried to stuff it in the short side. Now Taylor behind the net. Rod Taylor gives up for Kowalski. He's out there with Harko. Back to the point. Kowalski gives up for Ackerman. His shot knocked down in front. Rebound. Save. And the play continues. Play continues here with Taras Lenzik sending it on its way. And finally, this puck will be shot the length of the ice, and the teams will change.
Great save by Taras Lenzik. The first one, and then on the second one, even better. And then when you thought he'd want the whistle so he can get a break, nope, he shovels the puck to a defenseman so they can clear it. The clock keeps moving. The penalty time ticks down.
2:15 to go in the game. 1:33 on the power play. Hampton Roads keeps the pressure on. Parrish at the point, throws it right to the net, and Maltese tip just went wide. Now it's picked up by Drapeau. Etienne Drapeau, and they send it back to the point. Here is Sheriffs. Going to get the shot away. Kicked out here by Linson. And can the Titans clear? Yes, they can. 1:07 left in this power play.
Mick, it's not often that sometimes you get somebody from the losing team, especially the goaltender from the losing team, being one of the stars of the game. But I would not be surprised if Taras Lenzik is not named one of the 3 Molson stars tonight. He's been outstanding.
Well, here is Maltese, a little too far ahead for him. Sheriffs sends it on its way. It's deep in the near corner. Cale McLean knocks it down. Can he clear? Here comes a 2-on-2 with Mike Hall and Cale McLean. Hall back to McLean. Tries to turn the corner. Comes to the goal line. Wants to bring it back out front. Shot. Save. The goaltender lost his stick and he holds on. We'll be back in just a moment on CNA.
Family Talk on CN8 is the one daily show focusing on you and your family. Whether you live in Upper Montclair, New Jersey, or Lower Marion, Pennsylvania, or Middlesex, Maryland, Family Talk on CN8 talks about your problems and concerns, your joys and successes, and best of all, you get to talk back because CN8 is connected to you. Is this a cool network or what?
Family Talk, weeknights at 7, sponsored by the NJEA, people who care about your kids.
Welcome back as the faceoff is controlled by the Titans. It's Mike Hall in the slot. His backhander is wide. Cale McLean tries to get there and center it and can't. It's picked up by John Parco. Last minute of play in the third period as the Titans trail by 2, 3-1. Here is Taylor. Here's up for Parco. Back to Taylor. Shot. Sliding save by Lindsay. And Ackerman has it back at the point. Winds it around with Taylor behind the net. Wants to center it. Popped right up in the slot. Finally it's picked up by Bertoli. And Cale McLean will try to catch up to it. Mike Hall has it at center ice. Nice play by Hall to keep it on its way. Rolls right in where Keith Hales Ackerman pulls him down. No call here with 27 seconds to go. And now the net is empty for the Titans as Likit Andersson goes back and can't pick it up. LePoe kicks it right in the slot. The Titans keep it on its way. Good job. 15 seconds to go. It's in the Hampton Roads end. Vlasic just sticks it aside with 8 seconds remaining. Extra attacker out there right in the slot. Ball wristband on it. And the puck is shot the length of the ice. And it'll barely go over the red line as time winds out. Hampton Roads wins this one by the score of 3-1 over the Trenton Titans tonight. The Titans made a game of it on a goal by Mike Hall in the third period to close within 1. But then a goal by John Parco sealed the fate for the Trenton Titans tonight. Hope you enjoyed our action tonight here on CN8. Now for Pete Caggiano and Ken Adelberger and our producer Sean Sperry, director John Anderson, I'm Mick Monahan. Thanks for joining us. Hampton Roads wins this one by the score of 3-1. So long, everybody.